with DERELL. This shit show that's later on today with Obsidian and just Pearly White. Sit back for a little bit. We're gonna play some music and we're gonna get things going. So I think I'm having some little technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on. My music is not playing. So let me check out some things. I do apologize. Just having some technical issues. What's going on with my music? StreamYard, what's going on? Just look like my music can't play. Damn. The music is not playing. Okay. Well, look like we can't do the music. So I'm just gonna just kind of get things going a little bit. And we're gonna talk about a few things. Welcome again, everybody. Checking in. This is Coach DERELL with DERELL the Rebirth. Gonna have a nice little discussion. People start coming in. Try to get some music playing, but this music ain't really acting right. I don't know what's going on. It's Bluetooth. Maybe it's the Bluetooth. I don't know. But the music is not playing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things going, man. So once again, welcome everybody that's been coming in. People slowly, but surely coming into the building. This is your boy DERELL. Just want to kind of talk about my content before we get into the Manosphere Miss. Um, again, guys, I want you all to check out DERELL Life Solutions that focuses a lot on mental health, business-related issues, operating a business, money, professionalism, mainly mental health topics, particularly that pertain to the Black community. Also, guys, please subscribe to my dating coach channel, Coach DERELL Spears. Please check that out. Um, definitely a fire channel that is slowly growing. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. So, also, guys, I've made a decision not to operate and discontinue at this point operating from DERELL Sectors TV. So you're not gonna be seeing any content from that anytime soon at all. I'm really not fucking with the sector right now as far as me doing content. I may pop in and pop out of a chat, but I'm tired of doing non-content just related to just beefing with people every fucking day. I'm just not into that. What's up, Amiri? How you doing, brother? What's up, Amiri? So let's go ahead and get to it. We got people in. We got six in the chat. I don't know what's going on with my goddamn music. What's up, Samba Queen? How you doing, baby? Sexy toy lady. What's going on, baby? What's going on? As you all know, I went live yesterday. And as I'm talking about this red pill manosphere content, the focus is on right now that the manosphere has allowed a white woman to become at the top of its sector. This is supposed to be a pro-black male sector. Now, when it comes to the manosphere, um, I don't agree with basically 99.9% of the shit that they talk about. I'm cool with a few people at the top and throughout the sector, but for the most part, I don't agree with none of the shit that they talk about. And when I first entered this sector, I thought it was just entertainment. Then I learned these niggas really believe this shit, and that really, really was like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? And so, as things further evolved, because I was doing manosphere content in 19 and 20 for about 2 years. I still kind of do it a little bit, and I stopped to go back to the Umar Johnson sector. So in that process, what I like to do is kind of talk about how the evolution of women entering the space, how that occurred, and how just Pearly was given white privilege. Let me repeat. Just Pearly was given white privilege in a black space. And to me, that's one of the most sickening things. And she did nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing to earn the fucking support that she received. Shout out to Samba Queen. Shout out to Shatera. What's up, Miss Queen? Sunkiss. Like she didn't do a goddamn thing to earn all of this notoriety and respect. Now, when I first entered this space in 16, early 16, there were no women in the space. Absolutely none. Now, the only person that allowed women to speak as far as being interviewed, never to host the show, was O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to my nephew. I've been speaking to him all weekend. The only person that did this. In this space at one time, there were no female content creators and there were no female panelists. O'Shea started off putting a lot of black women on his panel. There was a chick from California named Jenny. It's another little dark-skinned chick he used to put on there. He used to interview Rashida Strober. He was the only one, matter of fact, he was the only one interviewing female content creators. What's up, Tampa Supreme? The only one. And and then others started doing it, but not at the level that O'Shea was doing. O'Shea is the person that expanded the manosphere by opening it up to women. And it was a good thing. It's more of an entertaining show to hear women interacting with men in the space about issues as it relates to dating, what black women should be doing, what black men should be doing, and giving pushback to the talking points. Okay? When O'Shea was growing and growing, by 17, 18, O'Shea began to allow people, used to do full interviews. And O'Shea allowed, man, I can't remember this girl name that they used to do the, he used to allow women to come on the channel and host. It's a girl that's she does gossip and tea and stuff like that. I forgot the lady's name. Dark, cute, very, very attractive. Kind of dark. I think she's forgot her name, but she used to be on this channel all the time, and she did her own show. And he also did the same thing for Cynthia G. Cynthia G was on his show. And then there were others. And so the chick that I'm thinking of, I can't even get her name. Once she got her subscribers from the space, she left. And so did others, including the fact that the Manosphere made Cynthia G. Not that Cynthia G didn't have a strong platform, but Cynthia G was in the Manosphere doing on the Sunday Rumbles. I know that's for a fact because I was on those panels with her. They did all this advertising, they did videos about her constantly, which was advertising. Cynthia G became popular, not the fact that she was able to galvanize a lot of women, which she did do, which she was able to do, but the fact that there was a lot of black male opposition that sparked the curiosity of people to constantly see her videos. Her name was all in the algorithm, and her channel grew. And a lot of women began using Cynthia G talking points against Manosphere guys. So at this point, when O'Shea brought in these women, because the women enjoyed his show, because O'Shea's show was more of a lighthearted comedic show, and it wasn't as serious and misogynistic and hateful as some of the shit these other Negroes was doing. It's just a fact. What's up, HM? Appreciate everybody for coming in. I have 12 in the chat at this moment. So those Sunday Rumbles that went on from 18, 19, and they stopped in 2020. A good 2 to 3 years. Sunday Rumbles was must-see TV. And women were on those panels. And the issue was that the black women that entered the sector were basically using the Manosphere. And then once they because that would happen in the past with a couple of people. They got subscribership. They got their name out more. And then once they got a certain level of subscribers that made no money, they leave. And then they leave and do anti-black content, black male content. Then, as things move further along over the last, since like 2020, you start seeing the Kendra D's, you start seeing Femininity Breakdown, Concrete Rose, and Sister George, all these other people, the Jessica X's, all these people start popping up, and they engage in red pill buffoonery. Then and then you had Danica, who basically was not doing red pill content, but they liked her because they liked her content as far as, I guess she was quote unquote holding black women accountable or whatever the content was all about, what black women were not doing. And so 90% of her content is for men. Not that she intended it to be that way, just the way it evolved. And so we never had a white woman, because they had white women on panels, like the white women that was on Mr. Fantastic panel. And matter of fact, in many of those situations where something went wrong with a white content creator or panelist, it always happened over there on Mr. Fantastic coon ass channel. You had a white supremacist on there. You had another guy, Dirk Nowitzki, talking about black women don't like black men because they don't have intelligence, and using intelligence tests in one one phony ass study. You know, yeah, Jessica X bringing on white suspect as white people. There's always been periodically some white person trying to come into the space and start shit, but never like just Pearly. Just because she bought a fucking overpriced Kevin Samuel program, spent $899 on some bullshit. How you doing, Miss Furlow? I definitely been watching you from the clouds, baby. Keep doing your thing. Definitely loving your content. Definitely loving your content. You allowed this white woman to come in here, and she came in very sneakingly and used the fact that she was trained by Kevin Samuel to legitimize her place in the sector. And these Negroes just jumped on it. Now, they had a couple of discussions about her Me Tooing this black male teacher. That lasted for like a week, and then that went away. That went away real quickly. So my question is, and I'm just saying this, my question is, like, you all created this monster. You all allowed her to come into the space. And more importantly, you supported her more than the black women that have stood by your fucking side for years, especially Kendra D, who's part of the masculine mercenaries, and these other black male identified women, which I think is a idiotic label, but I guess sound like something a transsexual created. But okay, you allowed them to come in. They didn't, and she didn't earn anything. She just came right in. I'm just Pearly. I was trained by Kevin. Let me in, and y'all just opened the door. That just opened the door for her. And she smartly exploited you all. She hired black content creators and staff to get out of that. She talked about black relationships like she a fucking expert just because she was fucking one black man. And then she slowly through time showed who she really was. And she's really a white supremacist that loves having sex with black men, which is very common. I may add, that is very common in those communities. Very common. So now you got people like MTR doing content. My boy O'Shea Duke Jackson did his content about fuck them that support or ride with them, do interviews. I don't know how you feel about the interview, even though I've sitting and created a list this morning, guys. In that list focus on people who are welcome to the interview per se, to join and ask questions. And the list consisted of about maybe 10, 15 content creators. He left a lot of people out. And so that's where they're at now. What's up, Sexy Red? What's up, RZA Lyricist? I mean, you all created her. You let her come in on the basis of having Kevin Samuel um, under the tutelage of Kevin Samuel. She spent $8.99 on some bullshit, and now you create a list of who can be invited to the fucking cookout. That's basically what it is. You sent you took out a list of who can come to the cookout. By the way, shout out to Sexy Red TV. You did some great content yesterday on this shit. Appreciate you for talking about this and having people over. So you basically create a list of the select. And to be honest with you, on that list, especially when you're talking about some of these people, like MTR, mediocre tutorials and reviews, and Melanie King and some of these other people, they don't really fuck with a lot of you, man. And this is another thing that needs to be talked about. There's a lot of people that are deemed at the top that don't really fuck with the manosphere like that. Like they don't collab that much. And Melanie King going around acting like her and Kevin Samuel are like best girlfriends and shit. They were like, uh, like they hung out at pajama parties, painting their nails and toes and shit, uh, gossiping with Kevin Samuel about men. Like that was her bestie and shit. And all of these people were invited to the cookout. So now we're going to see who's going to show up and who's not going to show up. More importantly, as it relates to who shows up, what type of questions they're going to ask. All of these things will come into the light because the type of questions that you ask is going to be highly relatable to your mindset towards the fact that this lady basically tried to basically minimize and excuse the fact that slavery happened, and even if it didn't happen, it wasn't that bad. Why are y'all still complaining about this? Y'all making it seem like it was so horrible. Alex Haley lied to the black community and to the world on a fictitious story about his lineage. So why would y'all believe him? They're trying to control you through this, through miseducation. When all along you sitting there with motherfucking Fuentes, who by the way is mixed, a biracial white man talking shit. I don't know how that's perceived in white supremacist areas, spaces. He talked shit to another Italian woman, telling her, well, you're dating a black guy. How you think that's going to be perceived? Black people are late all the time. Black people are not industrious. We're the most productive fucking people almost in this world. Definitely top 10. Hell, we built this country. So I guess we wasn't industrious working for fucking free and for low wages. So Obsidian took it upon himself to create a community post to let everybody know. I think it's at 1 o'clock Eastern. If anybody knows, I forgot the time of the Manosphere. Um, the show today, I think is at 1 o'clock. I want to say if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat. Shout out to AP from the Bronx. Very, very intelligent sister. Love her commentary. I enjoy you on my platform, on my panel. So I want to hear from the chat. What do you think this show is going to look like? I think it's going to be a coon show. I think that they're not going to give her any fucking pushback. Obsidian going to coon his ass off. Obsidian is not going to ask her any pressing questions because his content throughout the week does not reflect that. He basically is demonizing those that are criticizing just Pearly White, not necessarily Pearly White at all. You're just going to gaslight as if you didn't hear the bullshit that she talked about all week. You got MTR. First, he did a video. Oh, it's at 3 o'clock. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. East Central for those that's in the Central Time. Shout out to Subon. Yes, at 3 o'clock. My bad. So it's in about the next 4 or 5 hours. And my question is, how will she be treated? Because it's going to be a slew of content before, like a pre-show. Then you're going to have people talking about the after show. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to the aftermath more than the actual show itself. HM say, man, I'm so disappointed. Then this nigga, the first, now see, let me tell you how phony this motherfucker is. Because you sat your black ass in a studio talking all this shit about black women to some fucking white people. And Melanie, your ass too. Talking about most black women are whores and they 304s and all this other shit. Are you fucking kidding me? No, most of the people you knew were probably whores. And you couldn't even keep your own husband. That's the people who fail the most in relationships always got the most to say. Yes, KW Dunn. 7, she will be coddled. Motherfucking MTR first video. Fuck the second video that he did yesterday, trying to say I'm not going to do. I want the videos took down. I'm not going to do any more interviews. I'm going to lose money, and I'm willing to lose money on not doing any other content. That's what these niggas all about. Niggas don't give a damn about. These are a collection of niggas in this manosphere have always had a level of anti-blackness. That's why they despise the pro-black community. People getting killed and shit, like Trayvon Martin and others and shit, Castile and everybody bought them, and then y'all blaming the goddamn victim instead of blaming the goddamn perpetrator and the policeman and shit. Motherfuckers willfully supporting Trump for no matter what. Y'all have showed the high, and I don't have a problem with being conservative because I have conservative values, but I'm not dumb and stupid. This shit is fucking ridiculous. Motherfuckers say some of the stupidest ass shit and try to act like you the one that's wrong. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm back. HM say I saw where O'Shea told Umar to move over. He 100% pro black sex. Yeah, O'Shea. I don't know if he joking or if he for real or not, but O'Shea talking about going straight to the pro black sector. Now I don't know. I may have to text him or call him up and see if he real for real about the shit. I mean, but he doing it. He building infrastructure in Uganda. He got the King Uganda channel. He got a studio there. He's investing in business in Africa. He's Pan African. That's why we cool, because I'm Pan African. Most of the Negroes in the manosphere are not pro black. They don't want to be pro black because that means you have to work and support black women, which they are against. What they want is to control and exploit and mistreat black women just because they're men. Many of them have this mindset. Rizal Lyricist said it's vintage Godfather. Yeah. 3 o'clock tonight. I mean this evening. 4 o'clock Eastern. We're gonna see what the real is.
So if you want to tip, you can. If not, say no, and then I'll use your card.
We're definitely gonna see.
Here you go. Here's your food.
Now for myself, I'm probably not gonna do an after show. That's why I'm doing my show now. But I will be on somebody panel. I already know that. I'll be somewhere to talk about this. I don't know if Sexy Red, she in the chat, you going live afters or during it or after? They're going to be people, maybe Big JX or somebody. I see Reg the bad guy talking, saying, man, everybody got something to say on this shit. Like I said yesterday, I was on who channel that was? I think it was Chaos Rain Show. And I pretty much stated, if she don't open up with the fact that I'm sorry for what I said, I really don't want to hear shit else. Not that I care, believe the bullshit ass apology she will give if she decide to give one. But if you don't start off with I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said this and that, or you start trying to make excuses and giving explanations and rationalizing why I'm doing this and doing that, and you niggas sitting there don't give her no pushback or go in on her ass about anything, you basically just have shown me how spineless you are. Not that I didn't already know most of you motherfuckers are spineless, but that only validates it. Now, I'm gonna say this, man, because this shit is so they're gonna sit here and want us to believe, even if she says she's sorry, that she's really sorry, which she's not. You're gonna want us to believe that y'all gonna hold her accountable, which you're not. Yeah, Cass, go ahead and drop your link, brother. I'm gonna drop the link so anybody want to come up and chat with me that you can. I'm like Obsidian. Are you gonna ask? Yeah, just like you would with any other black women, when you go to Red's channel and other different channels, if you just pop up, or you gonna go in on a fucking history? Are you gonna play like play like a little sissy and play these games like, oh, it wasn't, she didn't really mean this. We gotta support her, and she made a mistake. She basically said niggas didn't experience slavery. The shit never happened, but let's just forget about that. Let me get back to MTR. This nigga did the first show he did after this shit happened. This nigga was in full support. Let me tell you how this nigga is an opportunist. And if I was the black females, I would be in on his that some despicable shit he did yesterday. And shout out to Super Sly for pointing this out. This nigga first came out when this shit happened. Oh, I'm supporting her. She ain't like this. She ain't like that. Then when the backlash became more intense, this motherfucker all in the camera and shit, talking about this is inexcusable, and I did this and I can't put up with that. I can no longer do this, and I'm gonna despise her. Place, nigga. You gonna wait till people go in on your ass for that bullshit ass um that bullshit that you put out the day prior, and now you got something to say. Like, niggas, y'all, these people think like it. It kills me how dumb they think people are. Like, motherfuckers, they actually think people are just as dumb as them to allow shit like this to happen in the first place. Just to make a fucking YouTube buck. But see, their behavior in regards to Pearly and the space is indicative of how they function in real fucking life. And that's why they outcast in the black community. People don't fuck with them. Because black people see how they function, particularly when they're around other white people and other people, and they have a tendency to try to connect and sell out other people in their community just for validation. Just Pearly don't really give a fuck about black people. She never did. She just liked to fuck black dick. That's the difference. There's no difference than any other racist white people that like to be around black people and be a culture vulture and all that other shit. And then when they're around their own people, they totally different. And you niggas don't think about that. Y'all niggas accept anything just to say you got a white woman in the space. Like, seriously? Does it mean that much? Hey, Golden Black 189, how you doing, baby? If O'Shea never mentioned MTR's name, he would have. Man, he mentioned everybody. He just flat out said if they do content, and I'm gonna hold his ass accountable to this shit. I'm gonna tell him, wait a minute, nigga. I don't think he gonna show up with because I'm gonna hold O'Shea to the fact that he said if you do content with her, if y'all do whatever which this is a collaboration. This is content. Now he was asked to. He's invited to, I guess, to be on the panel. So at least that was extended to him. But if it turned to a fucking coon show, which is what I believe it will be, I'm gonna be curious to see how he's going to respond. Now, also I wanted to say about MTR, this nigga never, and I'm gonna say this. This nigga never supported the real, like somebody like Melanie and like I never seen this nigga over there with Danica or Femininity Breakdown. To be honest with you, the women who have consistently done content that don't get their props is Femininity Breakdown and Kendra D. They the real ones. Melanie King is not no motherfucking real one. And these other motherfuckers that came and popped up. How you doing, Doe Eyes? How you doing, baby? Yeah, we gotta hold them to it. They the one who deserve the fucking roses. Cause they do manosphere content like real content. And they been here longer. Like they do some real shit. Like you got all these people on the list and shit, and half of them don't even really interact with real manosphere content creators and subscribers. Like they don't come on shows and come and collaborate like that. Not a lot. And then you want to sit here. I want y'all to. Then she gonna try to. She gonna hit this fool, this nigga, this motherfucking MTR. Basically tried to list all the competition. Oh, I'm not supporting her anymore, but support Kendra D, support Danica, support this person, support that person, support everybody else except motherfucking just Pearly. But when these motherfuckers could have used your help and they could have used your exposure that you have, you never offered shit. That hypocritical ass bullshit you pulling. You basically gave this fucking woman way more support in the short time that you've been here, that she's been here, than any of the women that have been here for years. But all of a sudden now you want to act like you have a conscience now to identify to identify that that y'all support these content creators. Not that they really need your support, but it shit. You gave her all this motherfucking support. How you think she got to 1 million? Real quick. Real quick. It's just a fact. This nigga posted everybody on the end of the thing. If y'all want to hear more female content creators, support this person, support that person. Showed they picture and every goddamn thing. But let me tell you how phony he is. Because if you look at his archive does not consist of a collection of content from any of the women that he now wants everybody to support. But you know who he does have? There are just Pearly content and reviews. This Negro is so phony. This is all a fucking money grab and the fear of losing money. And the bottom line is this. Another thing I gotta say. I want y'all to think about this. Why is it that the white manosphere don't fuck with just Pearly? Let's ask that question. Can anybody explain why the white manosphere don't fuck with just Pearly? I would like to hear an answer to that. They don't fuck with her. Is it because she fucking black men? They have a disdain for that shit. Like for real, for real? Like for real. Shout out to everybody in here. We got 28 in the chat. Appreciate you all for being here. I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. I'm just getting. I gotta get myself situated because I'm out doing a few errands and it's drizzling in Houston right now. It's nice, cool weather, but it's drizzling. Shit is ridiculous, man. Shit is ridiculous. But I'm just gonna be curious to see who gonna coon out and how much, or if everybody gonna fucking coon. Like Umar said, motherfuckers got snow bunny fever and shit. And then the thing about it, she hard to look at, man. And then it's gonna excuse how ugly she is. That is the glaring thing. This motherfucker about 6'4", look like a motherfucking like fucking like a goddamn a fucking small forward in the NBA and shit. And got a face only a mother would love. And these niggas be drooling over this motherfucker like, and then she's the fucking man. Can y'all give us a? She need a goddamn. Now, this is how I know Kevin Samuels, and I don't want to get into the roasting and shit, but fuck this. It need to be said. This is how I know Kevin Samuel $8.99 package wasn't worth shit. This supposed to be a motherfucking image consultant, and you paid Kevin Samuels $8.99, and you dressed the way you fucking dress with them motherfucking Raggedy Ann and Andy ass looking fucking polka dot dresses and shit. Some old fucking 1985 looking ass dresses. And you and Kevin Samuel didn't tell you need to fucking upgrade your fucking wardrobe. That's how I know Kevin was bullshitting, man. Ain't no fucking way the fucking godfather of cologne and perfume and overpriced ass boots. You didn't tell this woman to dress better. What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I like Shatera laughing. I'm serious. This motherfucker got fucking polka dot dresses and fucking flannel dresses and shit. Fucking grandma ass dresses. Some big ass fucking manly knees and legs and shit. And let me trip you all out, man. This is how I knew this crazy. This motherfucker didn't have no. She admitted to not being the smartest in the room, but not only that, she admitted that the fuck that she had no motherfucking professional, legitimate professional opportunities. This motherfucker, Jess Pearly, Jess Pearly was trying to become a professional volleyball player. That was her only opportunities. She ain't speak shit about the degree that she obtained. They let me know her lazy ass don't want to get a real job. Queen say no because her wardrobe speaks to her being traditional, which is important. Man, fuck that. I hear what you saying. That shit is beyond tradition. That motherfucker look like some goddamn When you call us the fucking Mormons and some shit like that, that shit beyond that shit. No, nah, nah, nah. Traditional my ass. There's a difference between dressing conservative and dressing like your ass just left the fucking Mormon compound or some shit. Next thing you know, you're gonna do your hair like them funny ass hairstyles that they did like in the 1920s and shit. Like this shit is ridiculous, man. Motherfucker, I'm looking at these. You notice, man, these motherfuckers are now you understand why you got these problems, self-inflicted problems. This shit got nothing to do with the community. This shit got to do with you. Everything. And the shit is so fucking funny, man. The shit is so funny. And they call this shit content. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. But I'm gonna go ahead and send this link out for anybody that want to chop it up with me. Give me 1 second. Just had to stress my little concerns, my little opinion for those that wanted to listen to it. That's the link. You get the link. We're at the 54-minute. Damn, people up here already. Okay. Hey, what's up?
Going on?
I'm chilling, chilling.
Black people been talking about a white lady for 72 hours.
Right?
I think that's insane.
Okay. Explain why that's insane.
Why is we talking about this white lady? One white lady.
Okay, because she in a black space.
Is she in the black space or is black spaces trying to get her to get in the black space?
She in a black space. She went under the tutelage of Kevin Samuel. She was basically introduced through Obsidian. She talk about black relationships all the goddamn time. She got all black this and that. She in a black space.
So if she in the black space, how come nobody heard her talk about her plantation staff besides Jason Leck?
Why nobody talked about it?
Why nobody said anything about it except for Jason?
That's a good question. Um, I can't answer why the people who trying to benefit her refuse to talk about the fact that she got an all black staff. I don't know what they thinking.
Well, I mean, when she say she got to go gather her Africans, I mean,
I
plantation
mean that.
pearl in this bitch. Shout out to Pastor $40.60 red for coining the term, but that's what it is.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna say this. Okay, when I'm looking at this, first I didn't even know everybody was black because I never, I didn't know. I didn't even know King Riches was employed by her because he's a pretty big YouTuber himself. So there's a lot of things I didn't know. I'm just learning this shit this week. Now I didn't know like all of her guests for the majority were black. Um, I never really watched her content like that outside of people doing reviews on snippets. So I had no real idea. Now the people who did know was like Melanie King, MTR. They knew people that did interviews, those who talked to her offline and networked with her. They knew those are the people who need. Matter of fact, that's a question that needs to be asked when when they have the show today. What do you think?
I mean, we can answer, but I already know the answer. It's because she white. It's it. She ain't got to be cute. She don't got to make no sense. All she got to do is wink at them and give them some attention, and they in there. So we need
I,
black psychologists to help these people with their mind.
well, we have black psychologists. The problem is a lot of people don't want to go to the black psychologist.
But they need to go to them because this is insane. That lady ain't even cute.
She's far from cute. She ain't even forget cute. She ain't even decent looking.
They look like she part of the Strick family. People sitting up there. She been everywhere. I ain't never seen it all down my news feed. And I pay attention to the manosphere, but I'm not like immersed in the manosphere like that. So
Right.
for the little bit of content, it's a lot of content coming down my news feed talking about some damn Jess Pearly. I'm like, why everybody keep talking about this damn ugly ass white girl? Who cares? Let her sit her overlooking ass over there and do what she do. Why y'all keep talking about her?
Right. Right. So number one, you know how this game goes. Number one, they doing it for views, right?
Yep. And
And that's the
see,
game.
I got too much black pride for that. I can't be getting no views off no white girl.
Yeah. Listen, I get what you're saying because I mean I'll be honest. I've done two prior to that. I did two videos
Uh-huh.
on her. I did a live stream based on me just making fun of her per se. It wasn't positive videos about it. It was me making fun of her like stuff, and then I also was making fun of the manosphere for support. But would I be like repetitively doing just Pearly review? No, I'm not. You know, but they doing it for the views. They trying to, and then another thing they trying to do.
But then that's what I'm gonna watch the show because I got one question. Like I don't even care about her and all that shit. I just want to know, um, is it a black thing or is it a capitalist thing? And once I get the answer to that question, then I know
Why she's
how I
doing
feel about it. Hmm.
about why she's doing her show.
No, just the whole uproar and all of this because if they doing it for views, then you doing it for views because views translate into hopefully some type of monetary gain. So it don't matter that she white. It
Hmm.
won't even matter that she a white supremacist if that's the case. None of that would matter because the name of the game is to secure the bag by any means necessary. And if that's the thing, then I don't care. She can call all of them nigga monkeys. If you want to go over there and sit on her porch, then that's what your monkey ass get. So there you go. But if it's a situation of because see, I personally believe that they saw the economic system going on in the black manosphere and they wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
Or in her case, she gonna take it because she gonna put y'all on her goddamn plantation. Okay, she finna take over the black manosphere. Black ministry gonna be owned by a white lady.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
But if they okay with that because black don't matter, then hey, who am I to stand in their way and criticize them because they want to be a porch monkey?
Hey, I hear you. I hear you, but I mean that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. You know. But let's not gaslight it. If when people bring this up, you act like we don't know what people are talking about. That's the issue I have. If you're gonna do it, just do it and admit it. You don't have to try to pretend like these niggas pretending that she never said the racist shit that she said. They just skipping over that shit. What's up,
Yeah,
Chaos?
but maybe they don't consider it racist. So we'll see what the hell they say tonight. Because that's like the elephant in the room.
Right. What's up, Chaos?
Yeah,
Chaos
one second.
Rain.
Give me a second.
Okay, Chaos. Okay. So,
No, give me a
like, how
second. I'm
you?
with somebody. Hold on,
No,
hold on,
I
hold
am.
on.
I'm giving you a second. We can go ahead and continue. So, like, how the hell you gonna miss that slavery never wasn't that bad? Slavery was 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 a lighthearted system that you just allowed you just to work for free, and it wasn't that bad. You should get over it now. They're trying to control you, and then you're gonna use this shows me how illiterate you are. You're gonna use Alex Haley Roots, the movie, as the fucking standard of what black people believe about slavery. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You gonna use Roots of all fucking things? You didn't reference books, and there's other slave related movies besides Roots.
All of that just simply tells me that she just hanging around black spaces to get what she can get, and she doesn't actually have conversations with black people. Because I was fortunate enough to know my great grandparents and listen to them talk about certain things. Even my grandparents, I was able to listen to them talk about certain things. And in certain instances of things that they experienced in their lifetime, where you can see the pain and hear the pain in their voices and in their faces based on their experiences, and even the stories that they recount from, their childhood and the adults that
Mm-hmm.
they were around.
Right.
So if you know anything about black people, have had conversations with black people, at least those that have, any um idea about their history, we know that that whole situation was no, oh, you just don't have your freedom, but we treat you good. We know that's not the case.
Right.
So that means she don't even
Exactly.
talk to y'all. Okay, she gonna put y'all ass on the porch, get you some bread and water, and get your ass to work. Okay, get your ass on that camera and make that stream and get
Really.
her bag.
Right. It's crazy.
Get your she gonna put them in the studio. You cannot leave. Okay, you have to stay on the property. They got everything you need.
My Africans.
Her Africans, her Africans. That's crazy. Like who says that?
Yeah, yeah, my Africans. I want them to come and all this other shit. Like you interviewing white supremacists, right? And in you interviewing white supremacists, you agreeing with every fucking thing they saying. Every goddamn thing.
Well, you got
Every
to make your
goddamn
guests feel comfortable so they'll come back.
I guess. The shit is crazy, man. But the thing about it is, like, did you see the second video that MTR created?
Tell me about it.
Okay, so this nigga, see, you saw, I don't know. Did you see the first? Did you see the first one?
Uh, I don't know. I done seen a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, so the first video was
Hmm.
him kind of caping for her and saying we got to hear her out and this and that. She didn't mean this. She's not like that. I met her. Blah blah blah. Right?
Hmm.
He gets backlash. The next thing you know, he do a video with his all in the camera talking about what she said was disgusting. She racist. Don't support her no more. I'm not supporting her. I want all my content that I filmed with her to not be shown and uploaded. All this other stuff, and you now you need to support the black women that we ignored in the space. And then,
Well, at
so
least
now
he
it's
saw the error of his way.
shit, man. He sure did see the error. The motherfucker saw that he was getting a big backlash and subscribers. He backpedaled to keep his platform afloat.
Oh man, it's crazy.
You just think all of a sudden now you want to advertise for Kendra and Danica and other people. You never and then you don't have any content and no collaborations with them. And you collaborated with this woman before you even collaborated with them, but all of a sudden now you want to advertise for them.
Yeah, now
This
that's
shit
kind of
is
crazy. I mean, I heard people content all the time that I ain't never, really spoke to. I just like their content. But you go cape for her and then say, "Oh, we should support them." That's crazy.
yeah,
I thought it was interesting that, like you said earlier, it's been plenty of black women in the space that produce manosphere content. They ain't got nowhere near 1 million subscribers. The audacity.
nope, yeah, nowhere near. And the fact of the matter is, it's just like now you mad all of a sudden. Like you easy. She didn't earn her way into this space. Y'all basically just had a fucking red carpet, come through, do as you may, type of thing. It was no. They gave a little pushback in regards to her background and the Me Too thing that they claimed she was involved in, and that was it. You got Mr. Fantastic campaigning all over the fucking place, looking like a goddamn fool. I'm like, nigga, and she don't even like some of these dudes. Now I could see Obsidian, I could see
Mm-hmm.
MTR, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these they got niggas that she ain't even never talked to, never fuck with before. You got Edward Anderson losing his goddamn mind, saying all kind of crazy shit, and she don't even fuck with y'all. Like seriously, she only fucking with a select few at the top, and fuck everybody else. And it's the niggas that she don't really fuck with are the main ones trying to K for her. She not inviting you to her studio. You're not doing no goddamn interview. So just forget about it. Let it go.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, everybody trying to get to the bag, and the bag is coming through that white lady. So
I guess. I,
you
I
gonna let
guess.
her call you a nigga monkey, okay? Because you want that dollar. All right.
What's up, Chaos? You ready?
Yeah. Just going through social media a little bit, see what's going on. Oh, what's good, man? Yeah, y'all guys gotta watch that stream, man. It's long, but it's good. Unfortunately, y'all know how it is. I don't do short content. I was gonna keep it a certain timeline, but as people start coming up, and the conversation got really interesting. All I gotta say. So if y'all didn't catch that live stream, the drill drop in the chat right now. I would advise check it. Take your time, go through chunks of it. If I prefer go for an hour each one, and then you get what I'm saying. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with this. I can't say enough right now. Me and my other friend, we talked about this, and you always gotta wait at the end of the fall to really give a real overall view of what has been seen. Now,
Mm-hmm.
mediocre tutorial reviews, he has to push back because he does he's in he does business with a lot of dudes in the space behind closed doors. Unfortunate. You get me? The lead
Yeah, of
attorney, I'm not
course.
sure if he's gonna say anything. I think he'll keep this. He'll stay silent with this one for now. Because he was there. He went to your Pearly set. You get
Right.
me?
Right.
Who else went up there? There are a few female content creators like Chantel. I'm not sure if she's going to do any pushback. If she's smart, I think she should, because majority of her fan base is men. And if the men
Okay.
are voicing opinion and they're expressing and not liking this, it would make sense for her. You get me? Because I know she got some coons over there, but not enough. I could be wrong. But content creators that went up
Right.
there to, host on her little platform in the UK, some will respond, some will not. You get me? Because you got to understand it's always about the audience. Who's your audience? You mean audience. You get me? To really go back and push back for to save your little content or your little YouTube channel. You get me?
Right.
And let's be honest, DERELL. Once you go past, this is me, 20 or more subscribers, 20K, it's hard to really worry about if you're going to be losing more subscribers, personally. Now, if you're a small channel that's under 10, 5, this will hurt you. I'm just keeping it real with you. It will hurt you. But once you go past 20 to 25K, and let's say you try to uphold white people, you get hurt a little bit, but you won't get dinked too long. You get me? Because how it works is the more you have, you have to track how many you're going to lose. Now, I've seen certain content creators, like the ones, like the bigger ones, that lost like 100, 200, maybe a little more, like Tasha K. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
She did have 1 million, but she lost it, but she got back. Is you always got to look at how much you're willing to lose and what is your audience base now. If you're a very tiny channel, you can't afford to be losing because how this website works, they punish you regardless, especially if you're black. So they intentionally go slow your growth automatically. You get me?
Right.
It's not like any other thing where once they solely commit, they're not gonna go back and retract because that takes too much time for anybody to go back and find you. No, most time, most people when they're fully invested in you and what you do, they stay with it unless otherwise. You get me? Not in YouTube.
Right.
It's a little bit trickier. You get me? For you to grow, you have to be always treading on eggshells and always got to be concerned that anything you do, whether good or bad, you're always gonna be get a slap in the wrist, personally. And that's why you got to understand, as we're all black content creators, the last thing, and this is logic now moving forward, since this is warfare and this is some form of what we want to call competition, you cannot afford to really be associated with any content creator unless your crowd is majority or somewhat percentage of them than us. If it's not, you better be sure that if you're going all the way through, you better hope that you better trust these Caucasoids to build you up just as fast, just like the black community has. And let's be honest, from how we look at things historic wise and how we are operating here, that's not the case for a lot of us. There are a lot of people in certain sectors of space. Only one person got 1 million subscribers very fast and was well known and popular. Besides all the ones that said they're not so-called in the space like AMS and all stuff, well, they might use some talk points here, but they're not really fully in it. But they're not really part of this sector like this. You get me? Their crowd is there because they got white people from the start. Majority of niggas got niggas on their side. If you're a black content on the average. So you're not gonna see no black male that's gonna hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube in more than 3 to 5% at best. You're gonna see like minus a negative 1% that's gonna make it. Seriously. 100K now is still a struggle. So if it's already a struggle for majority of us get that, that means it's gonna be a hard struggle to get 1 million. Doing just this and have a crowd of black and majority everybody else. It's not possible. It's very difficult.
What's up, DERELL? Yeah, and I get it.
What's up, Auntie? What's up, player?
Chilling, man. I want to talk about the topic. I just jumped in, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really hear much of what y'all was saying. But even what Chaos just said, yeah, bro, it's not supposed to be easy. If it was so easy, everybody would just have 1 million subs. That's the way it's gonna be. Less than 5%. And then there are gonna be more people that are content creators, and then the percentage is gonna go down as far as those that are successful. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? The cream is gonna rise to the top. Those that are lucky and have a special footing, you know what I'm saying? Like just Pearly, for example, Her father gave her some money. You know what I'm saying? She got co-signed by Kevin. She paid for a consult. She white. She's on cam. Got awesome production. She overseas doing stuff. Like she got an entire like PR firm. You know what I'm saying? That's doing her business behind the scenes, and an entire production team to make sure that's all done. So you talking about a full-time content creator. So I'm really not surprised that somebody like her can grow. You know, I'm not surprised at all. But when you're talking about a majority, 97% of people are just on their cell phones yelling into a StreamYard account that they have for free. Come on. What do you really expect?
And I would say even further, to do more clarity. Yes, nothing is easy. Yes, I get it. We all know that, and I don't expect everybody to get million subscribers because let's be honest, every day someone's creating a new channel, creating content. Yeah, and it overconflates the possibilities because they're average. Yes, but the only thing I'm saying is with this website, they're deliberately doing this, and there are some people that are already talented that got the production, and some even came up and do just better quality and have more engagement, but struggle to get over the hump because there's only a reach here, and that's the point I'm trying to lay out. Not saying not everybody deserves to be a million subscribers if you can get it, but don't. I tell people many times, don't follow the hype that say you got to work hard to do all this. That's bullshit. If we control this and everybody did as extra work, and mind you, no one works any harder than most black folks if they try to get things done.
Bro,
and we have no choice.
How many smaller content creators, bro, with under that amount of subs do you know of that are doing in-person, face-to-face interviews, podcasts, and are actually going on tour into multiple sectors, talking to all types of different people, holding real podcasts. I'm not talking about just going live with a popping bubble and an avatar. That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's more to it.
Pearly got the infrastructure to own the manosphere. She got the infrastructure that you niggas don't got, and y'all gonna get on her plantation.
What do you say? Yeah, you can go ahead.
No. Like I said, my issue is with the dudes. All of these damn dudes. This is just pathetic. Going and defending a woman that has multiple platforms of her own with hundreds of thousands of subs, if not over 1 million subs on the main one. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple platforms. She's got a voice. When she speaks, people gonna listen. She can come to any one of your channels and defend herself. She's been tagged I don't know how many times over the last week. To actually come out and speak for this person that could speak for themselves after the shit that they said is pathetic. Like, this is not a good look at all. I hear plenty of black women in the space, like Miss Queen Sunkiss, who up here right now, that'll be called pick-me's, mammies. They get called all types of names. I don't hear none of these dudes jumping in their defense. They just let them fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as pasty face Becky got something to say, all of a sudden these dudes want to jump to their defense. This is not a good look at all.
Yeah. Right.
That's just my point.
Right. Let me read this from Nicole Marie. She said, we have to be unwilling to do anything and sell out to get money. She doesn't have to be doing the growth organically. They are deliberately giving subs to content they want to popularize.
And one other thing, I do want to say this. There is a way that people still pay and getting subs and views. That option has always been out there, which I've noticed lately. So I always look at transparency of the quality of things that are really natural growth. I had to really take a step back because these parameters are still existing. But the point is that, and the one woman wrote that she has the infrastructure. Yeah, and she's supposed to have the infrastructure because she came as already well equipped. You get me? Most of us,
Well, I'm gonna say this. Yep. She does have her own studio and all that good stuff. To build a studio, to be honest with you, is really not as expensive as people think it is. So it's really not, because I could really build, because I have a home studio doing music stuff and things like that. But I don't really, like, if I want to, like, I got cameras I don't even use. And I bought a bunch of stuff that I don't even use a lot.
Bro, I got an indoor studio and an outdoor studio. And you can do that for under $5,000.
Yeah, easily.
And I'm talking about have everything you need plus extra shit.
Yeah, easily. So my position is, as far as her moving to the UK, I think she strategically did that. Um, to go to the UK and to have certain people working for her for less money and so
Yeah.
forth. It was a reason behind all of that. What's up, Rue Demp? So my thing is this: you came into the space, you went through the thing, you got legitimized through the fact that you were under the tutelage of Kevin Samuels, right? And so anybody saying anything about Kevin Samuels, you know the kind of capital that gives you in this space, especially if you actually purchase that overpriced consultation that he gave. Uh, and so it's the truth. You spend $8.99
It's
for
true.
that bullshit, but that was overpriced. So
Was it overpriced for Pearly though? I know she
well,
made back more than $8.99.
well
Hell
now
no, reparations.
I'm gonna say this.
It'll be
The
overpriced for those that ain't willing to put in that type of work.
it's it
Yeah,
was overpriced.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but now for her, it's not overpriced because she capitalized.
Yeah,
But for those who did not capitalize, which was more than there's not, like you just said, less than 5%, right?
yeah, yeah.
So what about the other 95% that paid it and didn't get the results that she did? I think they would have a different opinion.
Agreed. No, I would agree, but bro, that's the world that we live in. How many kids we know of? They play pee wee football, little league baseball, AAU basketball. 95+% don't make it. It just is what
Right.
it is. They put in all of the work. A lot of them work harder than the ones that do make it. They just ain't get. They just don't have it. One born with the genetics didn't have the push. Whatever the case may be, it
Now
happens. That's
see,
life.
but see, this is the issue. You know who I kind of see? I can't remember the girl that because see, this has happened. I can't remember her name, but what was the lady that does the gossipy tea stuff? She was in the
Tasha
manosphere
K.
at one. No, not Tasha K. Damn it, her name, man. She was like real dark brown skin chick, cute,
Talk about
very
Kendra.
attractive.
Talking about
No,
Lady T?
no, not Lady T. She had like two first names or some shit like that. Damn, I forgot her name. She had two
Chantel.
first. No, not Chantel.
Oh.
Man, if I heard her name, I would know. But
Is she fat?
what?
Is she fat?
No, she not fat. She looked good. She looked real good. But the lady O'Shea brought her on, Cynthia G. They both hosted shows on his channel. And then once they got their subs and got their money up, they left.
Boom. Which seems to
This
be
is
the
not the
formula, DERELL. Go ahead,
I
my bad.
know it. And that's what I'm saying. This is not the first time this has happened. And so when she started interviewing that white supremacist, that was a precursor
I want to talk about Irene.
to
No, I'm thinking.
no, not Irene.
Rude said
She
Nicole
just
Michelle. Is that who it is?
Nicole. No, Nicole Michelle was the femininity coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember that damn lady name, man. And she was light skinned. You know
Yeah, so
what? I don't know if she was African, but I think she had her boyfriend was African, I think. But I can't remember this girl name. But regardless of that,
we're talking about Paris Milan.
Paris Milan, that's who it was.
There we go.
Paris Milan. When
Come
Paris
on,
Milan did that shit,
Listen,
she was the first one to do that, where she came in, she did a show, she got interviewed by O'Shea. O'Shea gave her like 2 hours. She did a show, and then on and stuff. Soon as she got her numbers up, she was gone.
But
Quick,
but you
with
gotta
the
understand.
quickness.
But you gotta understand, DERELL. Everybody has intention and agenda. She obviously was going to go on because that was not the content she really want to do. Period. You get me? If you look at anybody where they are and where they're at and where they've been keep pushing, that was a content they will always want to do, but they couldn't get because they got no foundation. Remember, she was under Boyce Watkins one time. Then she come to this sector to find every woman that would come here, and I have no problem when sisters come here and they get what they have and they move on, because you know black men gonna be simping anyway. Unfortunately, that they get what they can and they say, "All right, let me get away from your niggas." That's the whole purpose.
I mean, I don't think people really think about it like that, but that is what happens. I know BMT just came up. The way that it is, and this is just the way business works. Some businesses are going to thrive on like a local level. They're just not built to grow and hit the national level or even the global level. It's just
Right.
kind of the way that is. So when you're talking about this red pill content, mainstream manosphere space, and you got a subsector like the black manosphere, for example, some content creators are built just to kind of dominate that subsector. Going into a larger sector isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just not going to work for them. But in a lot of cases, it's the other way around. Those that are already moving in the large sector, they may have to go on tour in the smaller sectors, like what DERELL was saying. Yeah, she went on O'Shea's or whatever, and then she just got up and left. It's just, hey, you can't stay around this. You on tour right now. You got another date in another city. She got to go elsewhere and do her thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is such a small subsector. I think a lot of people think like the black manosphere is like all black YouTube, and it ain't. It's a very small subsector of what's going on here. And it's not always popular to be aligned with it neither.
Yeah, it ain't. And now it has grown a lot, particularly in the last 3 years. It has grown substantially. But when you really look at it compared to other sectors, there's a lot of other sectors that are far bigger. What's up, BMT?
What's going on, DERELL? I'm just enjoying watching all this. I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. I get emails and messages and consultation. I'm just enjoying the PR, just watching all the inconsistencies going on so many sides, And this is very interesting. They're like, BMT, you don't get it. I said, oh, it was cool when it was on BMTs. Now I'm seeing all these men and some women. Whoo! Man, boy, the white Kool-Aid must be good right now for so many people.
No, what you see, BMT, and I want to talk about that. I think what you see, unfortunately, is a lot of dudes that are just determined to be contrarians to whatever the hell is like, seems like it's pro-black women or not anti-black women. That's it. And white women is, for the most part, is anti-black women, so they just going to endorse it. That's what you see by the dudes is just endorsing this. Because, look, I've been a firm believer on this, and you know I've been said this. I'm like, I don't see what the purpose is in bringing white people into conversations regarding black issues. We can talk to them about other stuff, but when it comes to dynamics between black men, black women, I don't care if it's relationships, economics, finance, if it's a black issue, what the hell do we even need to talk to them about? Nobody's going to have a problem, and now people are like, "Oh, well, what she said ain't that bad." I'm like, "Why she even saying?"
Now hold on, Auntie. Now, you're not wrong in what you're saying. DERELL, have me and you not had this conversation, not just backstage, but also on panels that we've even told some white folks, like, "Hey, bro, like, you don't understand the inner workings of that." Did we not have these even on the BBN? Did we not even have? So this is nothing new. That's why I said, like, this. So what you're saying is valid, and the thing about it is, it just amazes me just the extension of how far people are willing to go to do subscriber supremacy. Kevin Hart Defense Force, Pearly Defense Force, Mulatto Half-Breed Defense Force. I'm watching every goddamn armada come together to try to congregate to fix this shit. And I'm like, okay, so there's no holistic standard that they actually go by, because so long as you, excuse my language, attack that black bitch or talk about that Negro to certain people, there won't be holistically no smoke. There won't be no smoke. And see, the people who do that, they get ousted or kicked out, called lame, called sisterhood acolytes. I mean, all the shit called jawline. They get called all kind of names. Mind you, the same conversations that, and me, Auntie, you know me, you have some really good conversation about balance. There's no such thing as goddamn balance. It's either you this way or you that way. You call it out. Who are you to say that shit? But let it come out of the ass of a white man or a white woman. Granted, if you want to talk about business or anything like that, cool. We just talking on that. And we keep it to that level. But I'm pretty sure the majority of us who do business, we understand that. But to let it be all of a sudden when they see, once they start slipping in certain subtleties of jokes, start saying, hey, so let's so about slavery. Oh, wait, hold on. Are we talking about CRT? Are we talking about reparations? Are we talking about Jim Crow? With slavery, I would say you got to eat your time going at Jim Crow and actually attacking that. But once you start doing certain shit like that, because the woman already told you when she was talking to the Ugandans, if y'all ever seen that video, I don't know what redlining is. I don't know what systematic issues. I'm a Karen. She told you that. She already said that she me too'd a black man.
Yeah, dog. I'm
So,
gonna go deep in depth. Because I know.
I'll be right there, Auntie. I will be.
No,
It matches me.
I might have to postpone it. I was supposed to do something later on tonight.
Right.
With definitely with Sexy Red and Pastor. I don't know if Pastor gonna be able to come through. I want them both to be there because I know they kind of went deep into that chick personal shit.
Right.
And yeah, and I want to talk about some of that because damn the talking points and all of that. There's been a whole history behind this. I don't really know too much because I don't
it was
care.
always overlooked. Now here's the thing about it: when they knew about that, I watched them, Bernard Riley and different other men and different other black men said, "Fuck that." She's calling out the sisters. That's what was said. That was what was said.
But was she?
I was on the Itmore channels, and they're like, BMP, we're going to use this white woman. And I said, how y'all going to use this woman? When she literally told y'all, y'all see what I'm saying?
It is funny.
Listen, bro. BMT keeps the motherfucking records of everything y'all said.
How you gonna use this one?
I said, so y'all gonna keep the record when she done clowned y'all, she done demonized y'all, she done said, y'all didn't put me on the shit. But y'all were the ones that blessed her and kissed the ring and said, we doggone give her that. But now all of a sudden, the white bitch done showed you, after she done already tried to take what y'all would call a high value black man and throw him under the bus. Then she did it again twice when she done told y'all didn't do shit for me. Now she doing strike 3 right here when she did what she did. And then I'm still seeing majority black men. Now, you might see the divestors, they'll try to say some shit, and we usually just kick their ass to the curb. But when I'm watching what I'm seeing now, and I said, damn, you can't get mad at why certain people get to do what they did. Now, when that shit happened, first thing happened, when that shit happened, Chaos, DERELL, any other person who knows me, did I not put out the email immediately of what that person said and what their group was talking about?
Absolutely.
And I remember, so I put that out, Auntie. Remember?
I got the email. Yeah.
Right. So I put all my constituents.
I got the email and the invite.
Now, mind you, and so guess what? We all even had to make a pact.
I remember that. I do not remember that.
No, you had made a pact, and then when because I had that person on my platform, and then you even talked about it afterward. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So what happened? We said, but what happened? Did blacks honor that pact? No, they pulled it on and said it was funny. It was cool. It's all right. And I said,
I never said it was. I never said it was cool. I was like, yo, he can come up and y'all kick him in the ass. For all I can, you know what I'm saying, question him, hold his foot to the fire, kick him in the ass. I ain't protecting him.
But the thing about it is, Auntie, is the scary thing is, so long as this person is going at and attacking someone that looks like you, they're cool in my book. But not thinking that these motherfuckers are saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said at this point, like, it don't matter. Like, they're going to watch. They're going to, like, you got to wear Obisidian's calling her that she's more pro-black. Then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, when I'm hearing all this shit, I'm like, God damn, I just.
Do y'all think, though, that Obisidian really believes that?
Listen. But you know what?
I'll say this. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. I'm not sure why people are surprised with Obsidian moving forward. After all this, I'm probably going to do a video focus on this. That Obsidian have been telling. Listen. Obsidian have been telling people from the day start he's here to make fucking money. And if you're up here making money, you're gonna do everything at all costs to achieve the greater goal. Now, when he has a woman on today's stream, wherever describe how he's at, he probably is going to hurdle 30K with this because he's going to take every advantage, all attention at all costs. That's why when he did a live stream about and try from his view of she's racist, everybody could go and find the actual video if it still exists on YouTube. or go from Jason Black. I prefer people watch the actual real video.
Oh no, yeah, you don't even have to go to Jason Black. There's so many reactions. That shit is all over the place. That shit
Yeah,
ain't going nowhere. The internet ain't forgetting this one.
People already made their own conclusions about this. What
But-
he's
Right.
doing, he's capitalizing and said, "I'm going to win." And listen, he had Pearl on his channel already. So where else he thinks she's going to go as a safe haven to try?
NPR.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
hold on.
Calm down. You know I throw fire out there.
I'm almost done.
Hey,
Go ahead, Amiri.
Nah, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? What's up, y'all? What's up? I really wanna. What's up, BMT? What's up?
You know we gotta talk about this later on, bro. You know we
Yeah.
got.
But hold up, I wanna pick the brain of that brother Auntie. I don't think I've ever interacted with him before, but I really like what he's saying on the topic, and even like just talking about actually growing a YouTube channel and stuff, because I need some help with that. You know what I mean? So I want to kind of chop it up with him. But just aside from that, I mean, just looking at
I do all types of branding and marketing consults, not just for YouTube, small to medium sized businesses too.
Okay, so good. So yeah, so we definitely can do something.
Just about any industry. If you're in some industry,
Yeah.
I don't know about, let me know. I'll let you know.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we definitely can do some business. But I mean, just like aside from that, just looking at my analysis of the situation, I don't know why everybody is surprised. Like the black manosphere is decidedly anti-black. I feel like this entire gender war is decidedly anti-black. I mean, when you have each side hurling the most egregious insults and charges and assertions against one another, then you kind of create this environment, and it's just like what Chaos said. What Chaos is talking about, Obsidian is going to do what he has to get the money. So then you see the problem, you see the dilemma, how that in order to get this money that he's chasing, he still has to go behind a white person. Right. And while this white person is more effective at leveraging the black experience and black issues to get herself wealthy, he has to run behind her, and he's been doing this for the better part of a decade. So you see the problem. You know what I mean? Like, and now I'm gonna do my analysis of it. I just been busy working and stuff like that, but I'm gonna do my analysis of it. At probably tomorrow morning. And give my thoughts on it, and just a lot of the rhetoric and the shit that she was saying, because I was on Sexy Red channel, and I was even contending with Jessica X, who's sitting here trying to speak authoritatively on the issues and the predicament of continental Black Americans. Like you worry about the goddamn UK. You don't know nothing about what our issues are here in this country. You know what I'm saying? And so,
well, it's not even that they don't know about it.
Kind of what you have going on.
It's not even that they don't know about it. The thing is, they'll never understand the way it's actually affected black folks that's been over here for a long time. You can talk about what you've read in books and what you saw on the news and what you heard as far as recollection stories and all of that other stuff, but do you understand what it is like to actually be on one side of the wealth gap because of all of this shit? Like, you don't understand. You over there.
I heard she did a video going in. I didn't see the video, but somebody said she created another video. She kind of did an MTR where she came on Sexy Red with one point, and then she did some content saying something different.
You talking about Jessica's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't watch.
Yeah, like she was flip-flopping.
But see, the real reason, the real thing is many of these people don't really have the knowledge base to stand in a public forum and actually debate these issues from an informed perspective. You see what I'm saying? Like if you was to get Jessica one-on-one, like it's so easy to dominate her in the argument, because her argument is so flawed, and as the brother was just saying, it's so void of historical fact. Like, they have to push historical narratives in order to justify this idea that black people are tripping over themselves to be victims, because that's really the narrative they're trying to say. Oh, well, you did this whole thing with, that's what Pearly, that's what this pasty thing was saying. Slavery wasn't even really that bad. You know what I mean? Like, really trying to use a movie, a theatric by Alice Haley, as if that somehow gives an adequate depiction of what slavery was actually like. It was a lot worse than what the television show
But
predicted. Because look, real quick, if Alex Haley really was depicting the true extent of how damaging and harmful slavery was, all anyone has to do is just visit the National Archives. They would have never let him put that shit on TV. So
yeah,
he had to tone it down just off of that alone. Like, come on.
that's
Go
a
ahead.
fact. And hold on, let me just jump in there for a second. Look, that's a fact. It's just I don't care if her depiction was accurate. I just don't give a damn what the hell her opinion is, and I don't even see why people accept it or even defend it. Now, as far as I think when what MTR came out and said, he was like, yo, whatever, she can defend herself for what the hell she said. Like, ain't no reason for me to defend any of her damn statements. She can defend herself. I don't see why these other dudes ain't doing that too.
Now the
I,
thing,
I really don't. As far
Yeah,
as
they on that.
doing whatever to make money, I think I see what the strategy is. It's not about latching on to a white woman. It's just he just know that's gonna piss black women off, and that's his business. Is black female fuckery, and that's gonna get
Yeah.
him the extra views. That's gonna get him popping and buzzing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really agrees with that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? To each his
Yeah.
own.
it's yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I
It's
mean,
one of the
yeah.
yeah. It's one of the things about it. Whereas too, and I've done many of these conversations. Like somebody when somebody asks me about, well, why do y'all want to know about critical race theory? And I said, well, don't you want to know about your history? I said, why would they care to teach my institutional history of what happened to my forefathers in your school? Like, and they were like, well, it's all American history. No. You don't include the shit that if y'all going to give us credit for the patented designs or shit. It's not like you're going to respect the stuff that we did, or you're going to talk about the towns that y'all burned down or stuff. Like, once the girl said, mind you, she was born in Illinois. I don't know what the hell Tulsa is. Y'all, I don't know why anybody would have a conversation past that point. If she told you, I don't know what redlining is, I don't know what. Now, mind you, she talks about men's issues, and y'all got people just don't catch when people show you their true colors. Why do y'all complain about systematic issues? I don't know why any black man still voted or rooted for her. Because mind you, the majority of their conversations are systematic talking points. But however, it's blame the black bitch, blame the black bitch, blame the black bitch. Mind you, we are not in control of these systematic things that are happening. But when she said, I think these systematic talking points are made up, they're just nagging points. She told black people, like, listen, all y'all gripes, that's y'all fucking problem. That ain't my problem. That's y'all problem.
Now, real quick, I want to touch on that critical race theory you mentioned, BMT, and it's not that I'm against it, but I do side eye critical race theory when you understand the origin of what it is, of what like critical theory is. Like this is actually something that a school of thought that comes from a lot of French philosophers, these postmodernist, post-structuralist philosophers, and it's basically an intersectional framework. But the reason why I have problems with it is because the same way you can use critical theory to break down the structures of racism and inequalities in society, you can take that same school of thought and frame of reference and apply it to anything. And this is exactly what you have many liberals doing. They try and use the critical theory to deconstruct gender. This is why you see now where you have this non-binary. You have NAMBLA, the National Association for Man and Boy Love. That's the problem that I have with critical theory. I don't take at face value that we have to, in order to discuss racism and white supremacy and the way it afflicts and harms black life, that we have to talk about it from a postmodernist or post-structuralist philosophical school of thought, because we was talking about it before that. Like when Neely Fuller came up with the compensatory code and it was talking about white supremacy, he wasn't thinking about no damn critical race theory. You know what I'm saying? Like that critical theory is something that comes from a lot of French philosophers, and a lot of those French philosophers were pedophiles. That's the problem I have with it.
Can we stop saying that they teaching critical race theory in schools? Because critical race theory is a graduate level study in law. So it's very specified. So nobody's teaching children critical race theory.
That's a fact.
Well, we understand that, but here's the thing about it, and I'm trying to have this. So
well, we should be teaching it in our households, but go ahead.
Well, so the thing about it is this: if you would have asked a
Right.
child, now a dog, if you would have asked a certain small hat child about that of their come up of their background, they could tell you because they have secondary schools where they learn their shit. You can ask any other kind of group about their background history. The farthest a African American can go is probably talk about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and some other small shit. The minute you start bringing up some stuff about the Georgia peach trees, or you start talking about that certain experiments or stuff in the military, things like that. I never heard of that. Wait, why did they talk about that in school? Why would they talk about that in school? Why would they have see if they have to acknowledge that it happened? That means, hey, oh shit, I might have to actually go back and actually start to actually look at, you know what I'm saying? I have to look at the acoustic damages that it did to certain people. So when that and that's the thing about it, where if you tell these people, that's why a lot of like when men say these women just kick the men out the home, but see, I'm like, okay, you weren't properly educated because you don't actually know what the fuck was actually happening to a lot of these men and these women. But see, that's why I said the ignorance is bliss. And when people get on and they start coming on with vitriol or they start saying certain stuff, but they don't know actually what the fuck they're talking about, and I'd be like, "Yup." So
BMT.
that's what happens when people. Yeah,
Let me
go
jump
ahead.
in
Go
for
ahead.
just a second. No. Because just like Queen was saying, I think that's what she was alluding to earlier. That perpetuates a narrative. Just like just Pearly thinks, oh, well, slavery wasn't that bad. The same thing that they try to perpetuate in schools as if to say, hey, black folks, y'all was just swinging from trees. Y'all ain't have no damn language or civilization. And yeah, slavery was kind of bad, but at least we civilized y'all, which we know our history. We know better than that. Okay, but if you just read them damn books, you'll think that entire situation was a favor to you as a demographic if you listen to them. So it is a certain way that they're going to perpetuate the narratives and they're going to teach it to you in schools and everything else. That's why it's important that we educate our own damn children
That
Yeah,
is
and
that's
we
the
let them
that's
know
reason
what's
that's
really
why
true.
going
they
on.
don't. We learn Greek history, we learn Roman history, we don't learn squat shit about African history
Mhm.
because they want
On
us
Yeah.
to
purpose.
believe that they didn't have civilizations, that they was just wild animals swinging from trees, running around
Mm-hmm.
naked. But when you teach yourself and you teach your own children, you learn that there were actually many civilizations. They had
Mhm.
structures, and they
Facts.
came over there and interrupted that.
Bro.
Yeah, but they
They
don't
they
teach us that.
purposely
Mm-hmm.
left about 700 years out of America out of history books just to try to omit your own history from you. And
Now,
called it the Dark Ages, and how many people don't even bother doing their own research into that?
now I
Just
don't have
like
a problem with
Queen
this.
just said,
Right.
there's so many extra civilizations and things that a lot of folks just don't know about. So my issue is this with the whole Just Pearly thing. These are cool conversations. Like we having conversations like this. You're talking about what you're talking about. Queen brought up the facts that she's talking about. I heard people talking about redlining, slavery, Jim Crow. You know, post segregation, a lot of different things. I've seen a lot of different combos come up over the last week, and it's a damn shame that this white chick had to trigger y'all to have these conversations that she should have
Now,
been having for years.
Well,
But
that's a
instead,
great point. That's a
they wanted to have about weave, single motherhood,
mm,
women that are on the wrong side of the BMI. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
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 y'all wanted to talk about this stuff. But y'all didn't
absolutely.
want to talk about, yeah, y'all needed a white woman to tell you what to talk about, the important issues. That's a
But
problem.
yeah, but
That's a
see, and
bad look.
that's the point that I was making. That's the point that I was making about Obsidian earlier, because your brother is absolutely right. Like if you fire up a stream and you want to talk about like this type of stuff that we're talking about now, like all of these peripheral conversations that have sprung up because of Pearly things, racism. You're going to be hard pressed to get 25 people watching it. But let it be a stream about some bullshit or some nigga shit or Wookie Weave or Passport Bros. You know what I'm saying? And the chat room
you
will
got
be
their
busting at the
attention.
seams. So yeah,
Right.
so you see what we pay attention to. But and that's the point that I'm making. And so you see how what we pay attention to keeps us economically subordinated, which is why Pearly Things is able to come in making all the money using black issues to make the money, and in effect driving the tone and the tenor of the space. So you see how we stay subordinated. This is why I say niggas deserve exactly what they get. Your ass belong at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for this, you ain't concerned about the stuff you should be concerned about. They look at that like they really look at like pro-black content or black-centric content that isn't like based or rooted in the gender war. They look at it. They look at it as lame or as weak or that's just that fake pro-black shit. You see what I'm saying? They don't prioritize it. They don't look at it as a priority. But this is the thing: if you don't get your economics right, and if you don't get your sense of self right and holistic, then how you think you're going to have strong, healthy relationships? See, it's this thing where we want to constantly put the cart before the horse. This is why when I interact with the Black Manosphere and others, this is why I always bring the conversation back to what's really afflicting Black men, and what's really afflicting Black men ain't weave. It ain't women being able to choose if they want an abortion or not. It's racism. It's the fact that you're discriminated against economically, socially, and politically. And everything that you experience with Black men that's an adverse interaction with Black women is a symptom and a byproduct of that, brother. See what I'm saying? So that's exactly right what this brother was just saying. Any other time that niggas don't care nothing about this stuff.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying on that. Like, listen, I used to do professional panels. That's the least watched shit. I've even talked with O'Shea, me and DERELL, different professionals. I've done talk with Auntie. You can have a professional conversation. I watched Chaos, and this brother, it seemed like the only time the views start to go up is when the nigga shit go up. It amazes me, Anton, as much as he's a professional, has to do nigga shit rather than actually do professional shit. Because when the field advisor said, hey, when we did the educational shit to try to show you stuff, he said that don't get you views, that don't get you checks in these spaces. What it does is trauma talk, victim talk, and bullshit talk. When you do those three, you will see the fluctuation of growth. But in round here, I don't want to hear about that educational shit. So, granted, you try, but they like to see the spirit of chaos. And I mean, like, and I understand. That's why I quit trying to be that person. Say, hey, we need to talk about this, we need to talk about that. But I understand the masses are going to choose the fuck shit that they want to get part of. That's why when people say, why ain't y'all talking about this? I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, you pay me, I'll talk about that shit. Because ultimately, these niggas ain't trying to hear that shit right now. Because
no, y'all doing it wrong.
No,
You don't live stream that content. You pre-record that. Even if you got a panel, you pre-record that and you release it as a pre-record, and people will watch it that way. They not finna sit there and listen to nothing constructive at no live stream. They want nigga shit live.
That's a lot of that. Like
that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
No.
I get what her saying.
No, I got to correct y'all. Hold on, stop. Let me tell you something. I said this before, and we deal with the racism aspect. And like I said, the person that was once CEO run this and now changed over to an Arab dude, they know the potential of what Black people put on their website. What they do, because you did not design the algorithm on how this thing works. And regardless, we keep complaining about the algorithm, but really, unless you're the sole proprietor that create the infrastructure of this website, they dictate what sees and what gets played or to the eyes of millions and billions of people. Any video we put out, it gets to the eyes of not millions, billions now. And when we talk that stuff that is so-called education that is considered boring, people could watch it. But here's the problem thing. Once you start changing your language on a live stream or any type of pre-record, you see the numbers jump because the algorithm is manipulating who you're seeing or what you're viewing, who's watching your shit. So they're confusing you to know what you want to put out and think no one's watching, but possibly people are watching, but they're not showing numbers. That's why I tell people many times, no matter how you play, you're in somebody else's place. And they're going to dictate how far you're going to grow or decline. So not to say that people don't want it or they choose to, is this is not our shit. Now, there are other websites that there are other websites that exist before that had just pure Black stuff. No one supported.
Right.
So it tells you, you come over here and you try to put that step over here. Be sure that you're going to get even more slap in the wrist, putting out the content you really want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah, the algorithm does play. The algorithm does have a lot to do with it. Like the algorithm, the way the algorithm, like pin. Because I remember before they changed the algorithm, the numbers that I'm doing now, I was doing then with constructive content. Because I was never really deep in the nigga shit anyway. And I was doing those numbers now, but I noticed once they changed that algorithm a couple of years ago, like my views dropped to like 300 and something. You know what I'm saying? So the way they manipulate that algorithm does have a lot to do with it. It does. It has
You just
like I
gotta
think
know.
what that brother
no.
Auntie was saying. He was talking about the production market and stuff. I think I think it's a confluence of things. I think it's some of that. I think it's so
Oh, you Borging.
Yeah, and then it's distorting your audio.
Yeah, I think you borged a little bit.
And one of your
Like I
ways,
said,
Amir.
I've heard it all. I brought on more professionals in this space, and literally, I'm telling you right now, I hear that good old weed kumbaya shit, and I see it's different. And so that's why I said, you know what? Only time people respect your shit is when they don't have access to your shit. And I'm not moving from that shit because nobody gonna tell me, but I know I've been at the top of the pinnacle for a long time. When I was talking about black bitches, I was hitting over 2K views. But then also I said, you know what?
Yeah.
That's right in chaos, you know. DERELL, no.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's gonna bring your audience, then you do that, but you upload the shit that you want people to pay attention to. You upload that, you still gonna get the same views. I'm just telling you, because my channel, I just hit my 1K.
And I'm saying it's not be a great difference. You gotta understand where you are, and this is the algorithm dictates how far you gonna grow.
But the algorithm, like y'all put too much. Y'all putting too much in it. You gotta use the tools that they give you. Like fuck that
There's
algorithm.
no tool that's gonna make niggas watch your shit.
No. It's not even that because you're not making content for the people that already subscribe to your channel. You're making content for new people to come through. So you keep producing your content, but you go in there and you make sure one, you're using proper keywords. You know what I'm saying? You use the hashtags. You shop it around. You do what you're supposed to do because don't nobody really support my channel like that for real. But my channel is growing, and it's because of the work that I put into my channel. Fuck an algorithm. Fuck that.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna ask somebody a question. Auntie, when you try to be balanced, how did the people treat you when you try to be balanced? How did they treat you?
All right, I said that over and over again, bro. Hey, you call it down, you call it to the right, you done pissed the left side off. You call it to the left, you done pissed the right side off. You call it down the middle, you done pissed everybody off. So yeah, you can't win. Can't win.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, DERELL. When you started talking about the mental traumas of men and why they should go get therapy, how did they treat you?
Badly. They was bad. They was triggered.
Did they not? Did you not get like 15 debate requests of why your ass should be gone?
Yep.
Okay, let me try another brother. Mary, when you talk about that, the dynamic between men and women, though you are in a successful relationship, how did the men and some of the other women receive you when you start talking about a healthy relationship?
It was a backlash. Like they don't want that. They don't really want that type of content, man. I think we do have to acknowledge that a lot of people here, like the sides have become so polarized that people have to kind of cater to their base. You got to give your base red meat. You know what I mean? So they like trying to be balanced is gonna backfire. People want you to pick a side. Like me, I pick the side of black women. Fuck these niggas because, and the reason why is because real quick, DMT. Hold on, quick. The reason why is because if you want to be successful, really with anything, but especially like social media, where then you have to have a sizable amount of black female support. I mean, it's just not gonna happen any other way. Because really, at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes ain't gonna support nothing monetarily anyway. You know what I mean? They just want to hear what they want to hear, but they don't really want to put up the money to support it. I mean, you look at what happened with Green
Right.
Gorilla in that documentary. You got Charles Faulkner over there. He been trying to raise $27,000 over a year, only got 3,000
What?
from these niggas.
You?
You know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
you
So they ain't
lying.
gonna support. They ain't gonna support nothing anyway. Meanwhile, you know, I got sisters. I have sisters who believe in my message, believe in me, believe in what the potential for my show, and they working behind the scenes and helping me. You know what I'm saying? So
And that
like,
precedent,
bump
right?
these dudes, man. They not gonna support nothing like that,
Now,
man.
now,
Fuck
now,
them.
now, hold on. Now, hold on. Now, let me show y'all something very incredible. The two brothers that are on here, when we had the marital men's conference on my channel, who was trying to tear it down? Who was trying to tear it down? It was black men. Black men literally came at DERELL. They went at the Mary. They went at the G Dizzle. They went after all the mind you, we weren't even attacking them. They went after Gay Bay. Y'all remember that? You remember that, DERELL? They
Yeah,
even
I
said
remember.
we wanted a debate. Shout out to the debate league that happened. You know why the debate league happened? Because all the niggas came and said, listen, get that fuck shit out of here. And literally, we couldn't even do the men's conference anymore. The men said we don't mind you. The majority of the conversation is we want traditional women, we want men in patriarchy, but they went after the men that are in the home and literally said we don't. Y'all talking too much damn shit. So when I understand, I get it what Queen is saying, but this is not the arena for this place because ultimately the masses done told us multiple times. This shit ain't happening. So I said, I let y'all have y'all fire. I let you have your white bitch. I let y'all have whatever kind of thing. When y'all making colorism jokes, talking about Rashida Strober, oh yes, I was watching that because that was pretty fucked up about the stuff. So
Right.
oh
Facts.
yeah, don't think I forgot. So when y'all brought around Good Mother, oh y'all think we forgot about Good Mother? You remember that Good Mother, the one who
Yeah,
came.
I had my bouts with her ass too.
Oh,
Hold
you
up, hold up.
thought
Hey,
Mary, have you ever heard of Good Mother before?
come
Have
on,
you ever heard of Good Mary?
bro. Come on. I think with her though. I mean, well,
Why
you
are you
can let Miss Queen, you
listen,
can let
bro?
Miss Queen talk about her, but I think the way black folks had handled that situation with her around the space, I thought that was a work of art. You know?
But you know what? She had already got what she wanted and already did the damage she did. By that
What the hell
time,
did she want? Enlighten me, because I was being used like a motherfucker at that time.
No,
I was just now starting to grow my platform. I didn't know what the hell was going on. What was she doing?
mm,
no.
Wait,
She
let's not
wasn't
get
doing
let's not
anything to you. I mean, I remember I said this to you a long time
Well,
ago.
she the
When I
one sent me over there to SKC.
hold up,
what
Queen, chill out.
let's
Facts.
No. What I was saying, remember the first time I think I spoke to you, I said, "Hey, I've heard you before because I heard you on her platform." I was like, "You're always balanced. It is what it is. You pretty much, you know what I'm saying, held it down." I'm talking about everybody else in the space. They pretty much didn't really engage in conversations with her outside of that SKC space. And then when she decided to talk to, you know what I'm saying, black women, they just kicked her in her ass and sent her on her way, just the way
Right.
that's supposed to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That was it, and that was the
let's
end
ask
of it.
this.
That's the way it should
Huh?
have been going on with just Pearly.
Question
but you
this.
know
Who
the thing
called me?
about it was more
I'm trying
Who?
to
men.
ask you.
It was more
Oh,
men
chaos.
that would.
What's up?
Listen. You do content on YouTube now?
I've been doing content.
For how long?
I've been on YouTube
Oh
since
wow.
2009.
No. I mean, doing content. I've been on YouTube, doing actual content like videos, live streams, stuff.
Yeah.
How long you been doing?
I've been on YouTube since 2009 creating content. I just started. Well, I ain't gonna say just started. I probably took seriously growing my channel about 7 months ago.
And that, when I asked the question, I said doing content, not being on YouTube. Everybody has YouTube accounts. I'm saying doing content like videos and live stream. That's what I want. So you've been doing that for
Do
7
you not
Bro, she
understand the
just said
words
7 months
coming
ago.
out of my mouth? Do
Yeah.
you not understand what I'm saying? I've been creating content on YouTube since 2009.
All right, so you're now taking it a little bit more seriously in the last 7 months,
Good
correct?
Lord. That's what I just said.
And
I'm sorry.
what's your
Let me
audience
mute
base right now?
up.
Excuse me?
Your subscriber base.
Oh shit.
Since it's been doing video
Starbase.
more. Subscriber.
What?
How many
What
Subscribe
about
subscribers?
it?
base, your subscribers.
How many
What
subscribers?
about my subscribers?
Because you say you be uploading and live streaming, telling us how we should be doing this. That's why I'm asking you these
I
questions.
got more subscribers than you.
So I said, how much? The number.
Over 1K.
Okay. Okay. Whatever you're doing, that's good. You keep doing it, and it will probably work for you doing what you're doing. Everybody else
It
gotta
works for everybody. Everybody that
Yeah.
I
I
see,
want
they
to
tryna grow.
get your Queen Sunkissed. I want to get your tips and strategies. You know,
Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah.
like
Here's the deal. No,
Amir,
chaos. This is where I gotta jump in. No,
let's
this is
hold
where I
on.
gotta jump in. I don't want to hear shit about damn. No, because that's always the thing. People that either they're struggling to get subscribers, or they struggling to put people in the box, or whatever the case may be. They want to make it seem as though, oh, this person getting pushed or whatever because they have a lot of subscribers, and getting subscribers is hard. Getting subscribers is going to be hard for some people that, let's just keep it real, just don't have it, or aren't going about it the right way, and just don't have the actual content strategy and the strategy for growth, and they're not following it. That is what it is. Somebody will find you. Having, you know what I'm saying? There are plenty of people that have 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. They go live. It's three people watching them. That doesn't matter.
facts. That's true.
You know
I
what
do
I'm
be
saying?
saying. I be like, damn, why they got those? I get more views than that, and I only got damn almost
You know?
6,000 subscribers. Why that person? So that's facts. What he just
You know what I'm saying?
said.
And,
That,
and
go
there are
ahead, Auntie. I'm listening.
other people go live, bro. They might only have 300, 400 subscribers. They put out a couple of shorts or a 10-minute video. That bitch go viral, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Go viral, bro. They get 1 million views, and bam, they got 10,000 overnight. Bam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Not
yeah,
even no
I know.
content strategy, just a
Angryman
real
has
video they
done
put
that.
out.
Yeah. Angryman has
You
done
know?
that, and that's what
It really just depends on what direction you want to go in. But for all of these motherfuckers, bro, that don't want to come up with no damn content strategy, don't actually want to read their analytics and make necessary
Boom.
adjustments to actually, you know what I'm saying, to raise their level of engagement and actually go up in the algorithm. Like when you do a live stream, it's like, okay, what did I do to get viewers in? What did you do to keep viewers there? What kind of damn hashtags did you have in when you saw you had 3 people in the room, 5 people in the room? What did you do to make sure those 3 didn't leave when the next 3 came in? Because a lot of times the reason why you go from 3 to 4 to 5 back to 3 is because you really had 10 motherfuckers come in, but you couldn't keep them there because your ass is boring or your sound quality is shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Or you opened up the panel too damn early or something like that. Those are the things you can go into your damn analytics
Man,
and
I
actually
really
look
need
at
it.
and
Hey,
it'll tell you.
what's that? What's it?
You know what I'm saying?
How do I get in touch with you, brother? You got an email us?
No, you can just hit my IG, but a lot of motherfuckers don't even want to look at that shit, and they just look
You
at somebody.
gotta
Oh, you
look
just
at
getting
it.
traction because you got a lot more subs. No,
You got
this is a
Okay.
business, bro, and you got to look at
it
all the
is.
books,
And
homie.
he not
So
lying.
what's your
Auntie,
Auntie? What's your IG? What's your IG handle?
Yeah, I'll put
he
it in the
gonna put
back
it in a
chat for you. I
backpack.
got
But Auntie not
Okay.
lying because,
Yeah, he
like,
breaking
you
that
know,
shit down. That's because I've even been getting, since I've been monetized. The YouTube studio has been giving me it's been giving me like tips. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you
it
gotta
was
do
even
that.
telling me about my thumbnails and how my thumbnail quality needs to improve. So
Yep.
that's how you get more eyes, and that's how you get people to click on your video. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff right there, what that brother's talking about, that it really does matter.
And what you
That
do with
stuff
your
does
That's what
community
I'm
matter.
wise.
saying, man. You got
Yeah.
people, like, people be thinking they doing something. It's like, oh, I got 1,000 views. It's like, yeah, you got 1,000 views on a video. It was a 5-hour live stream, but you never had more than 33 people in the box. That's because you couldn't get anybody. You had like 300 people come through to your stream, but you couldn't keep nobody for more than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So when you wondering why you can't get 300 bots like that other person can, because you can't engage, you can't keep your audience engaged. That's a you issue. That ain't a YouTube issue. That ain't the other content creator strategy issue.
Mm.
You got them to come through. You couldn't keep them.
So
Mm.
I got
So
a question.
And then, like,
I got a
if you
question.
wanna,
I want to ask him something too, but go ahead. Somebody
if you
else
wanna,
wanted to.
Let me
if
ask
you
you.
wanna
Let me ask
retain a certain audience, that's when you go into other people's chats and hit their panels and stuff like that to retain a certain audience. But as far as growing your channel, your analytics is gonna be very important. It even tell you what keywords to use. Cause like right now,
Facts.
for Manosphere content, Red Pill content, Passport Bros is off the fucking chain. If you got
Facts.
Passport in your title, you gonna get a whole bunch of views. And the analytic, the YouTube studio tells you what keywords to look. It tell you what the people
Bro,
that's watching you, what they searching.
it even tells you when they dropping off and when they leaving.
Yep, we do
When
that
they
too.
leaving your stream, they'll tell you like you had a precipitous drop off at this point in the damn stream if you really reading that. And then you'll
Yep.
see when you had your highest engagement and highest level. So you can see what the difference is. Maybe my sound quality checked out. Maybe I switched from the dynamic to the condenser mic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was when I opened the panel. They didn't like when such and such came up. You know what I'm saying? They didn't like when I came to that topic or whatever the case may be. Maybe at this point I was
See,
just kind of rambling. Like you can
man,
look at all of those different things and kind of make little tweaks and changes to build your subscriber base and then make sure you keep your audience engaged. And then just like Queen said, there are different hashtags, titles, topics, and other things you can do to push yourself up in
mm,
different algorithms and actually go out to different sectors and other people's algorithms.
man, I
Then
really,
their
yeah.
shorts,
See
their
that?
uploads,
See,
and then you trying to cater to
yeah.
people that got certain types of attention spans. Some people's attention span, believe it or not, you got a few million people that just watch shorts. They ain't gonna watch nothing that's longer than a minute. So you're never gonna get them as subscribers without doing
Shout
shorts.
out to
And
TikTok.
even with those
You understand
shorts,
what I'm
don't
saying?
even do a whole minute short. Some of them people only gonna watch your 15-second shorts.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
understand when
man.
you're
So,
trying to cater to
so
different
he's
demographics
wait,
and
hold
all
on,
of
real
that.
quick, Auntie. So what I hear you saying, what I hear Auntie saying is this brother is and Queen Sunkiss, they're analytic literate. Cause I be looking at the analytics, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't be understanding this shit. You know
Nah,
what I'm
you gotta
saying?
make
I just
adjustments.
be looking at
Yeah.
yeah, I be looking at like my impressions and you know
Look,
stuff like that,
your
but I don't really
analytics,
like understand how to break that stuff down like how y'all talking about. That probably could
your
help me
analytics in
Well,
there,
immensely.
but it'll tell you, and
you
you
gotta
can even
understand.
find out what time the people that watch you. You can even find out when they own the
Yeah,
YouTube
that
the
when they're
most.
live,
That's
when
the
they're not, when
business.
they're viewing.
People pay me to interpret their analytics for them to interpret their analytics. Because
Okay,
if you're
so
doing content or whatever business you shouldn't even have to. Some people have a knack for it, but you shouldn't even have to worry about that. You should just be able to do what you do. Let somebody else,
okay.
you know what I'm saying, interpret
Okay,
that
so
stuff
that's
for you.
yeah. So I'm definitely gonna get with you, bud. I'm definitely gonna get with you.
You know?
And you got to keep in mind, Kevin Samuels has been saying this when people asking how he grew, and he said he always focused on the analytic parts. He's been saying this for years now, and a lot of people didn't pay attention to that. The analytics is really the key point that people don't really. But if you can't read the analytics, it's very hard. You get me?
Yeah, you got to be analytic. You got to be analytics literate.
But
Yeah.
normally, you're monetized, and they give you tips. They'll probably clue you in on how to read the analytics now since you're monetized. But
Yeah, but I still don't know. I still don't understand. Like
Bro.
I want to pay. Hold on. I want to pay this brother to do it for me. I don't want to have to
See,
do
and
that.
that's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying, dog. I wouldn't need that. I can't even have conversations with people that don't understand what they're talking about when it comes to this stuff, because the way that I interpret my analytics and the adjustments that I make are not going to be the same adjustments that DERELL or Queen or BMT is going to
Right.
make.
It's gonna be
Because
specific.
we got with different people with different content, and we're going to have a different audience at times, whether we're doing live streams, uploads, whatever. So I'm going to talk to somebody about how to interpret their analytics for their brand and the direction that they want to take.
That boom. I'm definitely gonna hit you up,
You know what
brother.
I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, Chaos. You couldn't follow the just Pearly things method. You would have to have your own route, because you're gonna have a different. Everything about you is different than just Pearly things.
Right. Yeah. It's like your fingerprint. It's gonna be unique for you.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
It got to be something specific for you. Yeah, that's right. You can't just
For real,
use a
dog.
one size fits all approach.
Exactly, bro. You can't expect to drive a damn Hyundai the same way you would drive a damn Ferrari. It's just not the
Right.
same type of car, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
BMT
Yeah.
was gonna say something. BMT, you about to say something?
Yeah, like I said, my best lucrative channels aren't in the nigga spaces, aren't in any black spaces. I don't even say anything black when I'm in other spaces. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
box myself into just black because it's not lucratively viable to what I do. So when that's just business 101. I actually appeal to a different, broader audience. Some people get offended by that. Well, why would you do that, BMT? I'm like, what's business? Whatever the money is green, it's viable. Like, I mean, honestly, I tell people do what works for you. It's better to fit you do. I mean, I've been out here for a while. Like, I don't even go. I go by BMT here, but in other spaces, I'm not BMT. I'm on somebody wholly different. And then when people say, "Well, drop your ass," I can come out there. No, I don't want your digital algorithm friends following me out there. I don't want your connective shit coming out there. I don't want you bringing your any type of thing. This this skeleton here, it stays here. And ultimately, like when you are rebranded, even if you were to go to my channel, all my old videos are what privated. They're gone. You can't get access to them. Like, so actually my genetic makeup started changing. So when people try to bring certain stuff to me, that's already been almost erased off the internet. And the thing about it is you gotta just like rebrand yourself. Just like when certain people they rebrand themselves, it's easy. Like that's why I say it's kind of hard. Like I probably give it. The internet has a very quick memory. In other words, people will be mad today. Give it about 3 days, 3 to 5 days, if that. They'll go with, oh, okay, why were we mad again? Yeah, that person's cool. Come on up, and then after that, they'll go right back to whatever the fuck they were talking about. It's just a thing, but it's just a thing about how I just watched it happen. I'm like, damn, did everybody just forget? Like, what happened? Did somebody hit like a phantom snap or Thanos snap? Like, no, man. Like, ultimately, it's branding and rebranding. I mean, ultimately, and then when people say like, well, why isn't that person talking about me on Adam 22 or this and that? Why would they? That's their past. Now you can't. When they go there, they don't want to acknowledge you. Well, why are they talking about these issues? Why would they? They're not in that arena. You're never gonna have like that's not their job to give a fuck now. That's your job. That's your niche. So that's why I'm not too pressed upon that. I can understand. Like I can understand when the brother said, "Hey, I'm putting my bank on black woman." Yeah, I would too. 'Cause you know why? Because guess what? If I need a grant or I need a paperwork signed, get a black woman. Get her to sign it. White man does it with his woman. Hey, baby, sign this or get that done or keep going down to that office. Boom. Why would you use that woman? Because that's business ethic 101. Or we're talking about
Mhm.
marketing.
Hey,
So,
but BMT. One thing I do know, I don't know
mhm.
no white folks or Mexican folks or Asian folks or even Middle Eastern folks that will let you come into either they chat groups or they little
Hey,
Right.
personal clubs or whatever and talk shit about them, or even small hats where you know what, the Holocaust wasn't that bad, them numbers is
facts.
inflated
No, no,
or
no. Right,
whatever.
right,
They wouldn't even
right.
allow that the way these dudes is letting this white chick just come in here and do that
Well,
and then defend her. She's
well,
supposed to
right.
either get a kick in the ass or get ignored.
Well, see, the
That's
Because
thing.
we
that's
gotta pray,
Hold
we
on. So
gotta
like, I'm
never
like, why
forget
not?
it.
I'm letting this
let me
black chick
finish
eat
something.
off the chick. Just eat off this chick. She food
So,
now.
let me show. I'm showing you. Like, understand this, man. It's a parasitic, symbiotic relationship. Like, people were hoping that, like, Kevin would take them to the next level. People were hoping that that whoever may come can usher them into the next level or stage because they're just not that guy, or they thought that maybe if we use a half white bitch that we'll get there, or when we use the white bitch we'll get there. Like they're going to find any type of messiah type of marketing tool. They thought the Austin guy was the thing, but then all of a sudden he got fucked up. Like they're going to use whatever they can by any means necessary. I don't care what it's going to cost, so long as I win. And that's it's kind of like a Kanye kind of thing because like they'll say anything to get shock jaw, reaction. Like you and I understand, or anybody should understand that that there's no such thing as bad rep in this space because literally, how can you shame me if I have no shame at all? So you trying to put me down, I'm like, nigga, I already think low of myself, my people, or anything else. Like, I mean, so at that mentality, all I can do is to y'all, I'm fucked up and not doing well. But to me, I'm winning. And so that's why I'm saying, like, seeing a lot of these people act the way they do, uh, they don't care. And I mean, and that's why I said, like, that's why I said I don't believe that when they say we're trying to save black boys, we're heal trauma victims, all that all that poetic justice shit is for the bird. They don't believe in that shit. It's like a pastoral preaching to get you ass into the church. Once I got you into this bullshit, I'm going to get you to tiptoe and dance to the beat of my drum. That's why you notice a lot of the young dudes that come in here and they stay around a lot of this shit for a while. What happens to them? They get mentally fucked up because the shit is not a viable solution. But they don't care about what they put out there so long as there's a fucking check. Minister Jap puts out all kind of crazy shit, but does the exact opposite. Tommy done got 2 goddamn women pregnant. Goddamn, but he said that they're the worst bane of existence. Cried for a white bitch, but got 2 black women pregnant. And then when they asked him, well, why are you a serial baby maker? He said, I don't know. That's why I said, like, you can't take these motherfuckers serious in this bitch because they don't even believe the shit that they say. one of the goddamn teachers literally goddamn is got what 2 baby mamas and shit and talking about he's saving black boys, but then think enough to marry his goddamn bitch. Like I'm like at some point, that's why I said like you're trying to make the asylum seem sane when they don't believe in that shit that they say. Like so. It's best that, like I said, I knew what time it was when O'Shea himself said, listen, I gotta leave this shit alone altogether because y'all like they'll attack anything so long as it is. You got a Filipino woman saying, listen, we don't really fuck with y'all. Oh no, they don't really mean that. They don't really mean that. But they just told you what it was. So why are you trying to make it believe something? But then they'll say, well, we need the doggone fix the community, but then you'll talk shit about your community. I do understand it now because it's more so of pimping the goddamn trauma. And so that's the hustle. That's the game. And so it's not about, if I fix your car, why would you come back to the auto shop? You understand me? A mechanic, if you fix your car all the way, nigga, I'm going to fix it just enough so that way you can get on the road and you got to come right back to me. That's what's going on, man. Like they say what you want to hear, but they don't actually tell you a viable solution. That's why I know when they had debates about why marital people should not get therapy for their problems. No, man. I'm like, listen, you do know the judge usually tell y'all to go to counseling, right? No, they don't. That's them fucking up the man and the woman's relationship. What do therapists get out of fucking y'all up? They don't even fuck you are when you come in there. All they want to do is try to see if they can fix your family. Like, oh damn, who's calling me?
Get it, Keisha, and hold her accountable. That's true. That's what they do. Hey, Coffee.
Anyway, salute. What's going on, everybody up here?
What up, Coffee? What's good, bro?
Shit, man. Y'all cooking, boy. Y'all talking about the real shit that really went on. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know. We know what went on, far as doing the subscriber parties and, how everybody really had different content and was doing what they needed to do, before all the bullshit. But, like your channel was based on, letting people get what they need to say out, because you was the first one started with the purge. So that became very popular. Now, as far as, most of the cats saying that they supporting black men and black boys, I think that's bullshit.
Damn.
So BMT was right about that, because everybody would put that in their description and about section, and that's not what it is. I was surprised to see certain people in certain areas, and then again, you got people who were made for having, like not necessarily beef channels, but what you want, what can we call them? I don't know what to call them.
Yeah, that's what they call it. They call it war channels. That's what it is. It's beef channels, and they do grow, but it be problematic because some niggas don't know how to behave.
Well, I mean, it's gonna grow, but it's gonna peak as well. Like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna hit a ceiling, and then you really can't go anywhere unless you got more beef to get into. Like, you're gonna need that to sustain it. But so that's just kind of what it is.
You can't tell niggas that, Auntie, because
unless the person that you're beefing with is an entire monolith, like black women, there will always be. You know what I'm saying? If that's your entire premise, is I go in on black women all day, hell, that'll never, you'll never run out of content.
Yeah. Like me, I mean, we're going to have to agree on that one. Yeah, if there's only on
I'm not a motherfucker that's gonna sit here and argue with a fool. I ain't gonna do that. You know that. So I'm more like,
I know. Sophie.
I'm like, are you finished?
Or the other way around. Black men, you want to go, you know what I'm saying? That's the same way the mother chicks are doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that whole gender war shit, bro, that's content strategy for real, bro.
Bad.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of true. The only one that was bad, I think, was like the home record comment.
Never fails. Never fails. So you want
what's going on, DERELL, man?
What's up?
No, man. Last time I was up here, you had Yeshua up here. When last time you talked to him?
It's been a couple of weeks, man. Yeshua was over there by Peso Man talking crazy a couple of weeks ago about the passport stuff, man.
My God! Remember, he said he didn't belong to it.
Man,
you probably want to say that now, huh?
Man, he been
was moving and shaking.
Do you know I had conversation with when he was on the other podcast for years now. I did not know Yashua has been putting his face in front of YouTube like that, and saying that he's doing this and that, and got mad at me one time, me and Paco, about that, about going to Colombia or Brazil to go find women. And I said, bro, you're not even getting married. You're almost pushing 60.
Facts.
I mean, that's a choice. You're fucking around. I
Well,
would
let's
not
just
be
say
so
this.
comfortable as
Okay,
a man older
I wouldn't
as they should be fucking around that old and still complain about what you can't get in America. I would say, bro, it's better off if you're not living down there and you still up here, you waste your time.
Well, look, let's
Personally.
just say this. This is what I think. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You don't need nobody approval to be, just to be. I mean, with a fucking capital BE. But the problem is, if you put it out there and for people to know, stand up in it. And that's the whole point. And that's what DERELL was trying to tell him the last time. And he kind of got mad at me too. And I wasn't telling him. I don't tell nobody nothing. I don't tell nobody what to do with their lives. But if you're going to another country to buy pussy, just say what it is. Stand up in that shit.
Kofi,
just straight up.
Kofi, listen. There are some dudes that's going to admit that they paid for it, and some are going to deny it. And let's be honest, it's a shame for any man to sit there and admit today. And let's be honest, a lot of dudes don't got the ball to say, if you can't be upfront honest, tell them what you really want, and regardless, you say a non-slick and they turn you down, your biggest fear, brother, is rejection. And I think you have to overcome that. And a lot of black men are not even trying. And that's one thing that holds them back. It's better off you shoot your shot at 100, 1,000 instead of shoot your shot at 1. That's possibly out your league. So you go somewhere else. And one dude told me this, and I'm not gonna say his name, but you might know what I'm talking about. He said, no matter where you are outside America, women want a quality dude. If he's good looking, they will love that. Okay? If you're not that person in America, you damn sure you're best bet. You better go out in the country, go pay for it. And trust me, I heard the price is going up over there now. So I'm not sure what they're kidding me.
Well,
Who is ashamed to pay for cooch? Women been selling pussy since the beginning of time. The only people that's ashamed to admit they paying for pussy is men that's trying to impress other men, and that's gay. But
I'm just saying. I mean, I personally don't care what these dudes do with their money or nothing, none of that stuff. But just like Coffee just said, just say what the hell you doing, because we're not gonna sit here and complain about the image of what black men is in America when y'all going around the world just kind of fucking up the black image of, the image of black men, like just fucking it up. What about those of us that are just going and traveling to, to experience the culture, build businesses, make connections and do all of the things that you're supposed to do when you're traveling, not just trying to trick off because women in America don't want to give us none for free. I mean, this is crazy.
what's
Be
sad
real
though?
about what you're doing.
I talked to a businessman, and he was like justifying the passport bro shit. And I was like, how do you justify dysfunctional behavior and you're not executing said thing? Like, what? It's crazy. I don't understand it. It's the most ridiculous. Like, I'm not finna go out here and cape for some woman out here doing whatever craziness they be out here doing. No, don't align me with that nonsense, and I'm not finna back that up. Like, what's wrong? I don't know what's going on. The men act like the women is crazy.
Well, let me say this. Now, my thing is, I just think that whatever you do. But as soon as you get up on the lives or make a stream about it saying, hey, I'm one of the passport bros and I'm out here. Look what I got. Nah. You do that kind of bullshit. It shows you ain't used to shit, nigga. You ain't getting pussy, in America. You're out there. It's not that you went and found your woman, nigga. It's transactional. You went and got some pussy and bought it. And guess what? She played you. She barely wanted you to touch her. And now if you happy and you over there, be happy. But don't come back.
Most people don't like to go to work.
What?
I said most people don't like to go to work. She just need to get her coin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's
man. These guys acting like they go in there looking for wives. They need to stop with that shit.
I mean, so
You know,
the shame is, DERELL, some of them are looking for wives. That's the bad, and that's what I was trying to tell these dudes. Like, yo,
and
if
they
you over
still
there
feeling.
looking for wives for that purpose right there, you ain't about to find no wife. Like a wife is something that, for the most part, it's gonna have to find you. Like you have to be right place, right time, just doing you, and you know what I'm saying, just handling what you got to handle in your life. That doesn't matter where you are in the world. That's whether you in the U.S., you overseas, you anywhere. You got to be just doing what you got to do as a man. You know? And you know what I'm
Period.
saying, the right woman that brings balance to your life is gonna find you. That's just the way the universe works. You know,
Yeah, and I
the,
wanted
the
to
stars
address
will align for
Facts,
you.
real
right,
quick.
right. That's facts. I mean,
You know,
my position is this: you're not. See, this is the thing that I trip with them. When they go to Colombia, Brazil, they're not dealing with women from good families. That they're not dealing with the well-to do upper echelon women. They go into the streets, to the hoods,
the
the
barrios,
fucking yeah, the fucking
the
the most
favelas and
conservative looking,
barrios.
yeah, the fucking baristas and all this other shit looking for
Uh-huh.
these women, and that they want to pay 20. I really, you know what, the real reason why I think they go there, because they don't want to pay the American rate. It ain't the problem they got. They want to pay the discount 20, 30 to
Right.
$50
$40
for
goes
it.
a lot further over there from what
Yeah,
I heard. Like you get a whole weekend for the 40 over, you know what I'm saying, for I guess what you get for 20 minutes over here. That's what I heard.
yeah.
But
They
you know
they
what?
want they
They
want they
caught
want
on
cheaper
though.
pussy. That's what they want. They want
Yeah.
cheap bargain basement pussy.
But you know
Well,
what
I
though?
heard some of them
Go
say that
ahead.
they was over there building up different places in the Philippines and
Yeah,
stuff, and
fucking
that
lie.
that confused me because
No,
you talking about you want to burn down the community, you're not gonna help the community, but you want to go to somebody else
Hey,
community and fix that shit. What
hey,
is wrong?
people that's really about their business, they just over there doing that stuff. They ain't on the internet talking about it.
thank you.
They,
Facts.
they, they just really over there doing that, and they can give a damn about the women over there or the women over here because they too busy building business.
That's facts.
You
If
know,
you're about business, you're about business. You don't have to,
You don't
all the
have to
other
play.
extras is secondary.
like for real, women are a spoil of that war. Damn sure
Now I
not
will
the
tell
reason why you
you, there
fighting
was
it.
one black man. There was one black man over there that was building, but he got killed. See, and that was a jealousy thing. He was from Atlanta. He was Jamaican. He went over there, to build up some kind of business. He had a wife. That he had met over there, but she was a black. Uh, 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 shit. I think. I think it was no. Yeah, it was Dominican Republic. She was
Mhm.
black, but she was a black Dominican, and the motherfuckers killed him over there. So we also talked about going into a country where there are men that would damn near cut your throat about their women. So you go there and you learn about the place. Don't just think you're gonna go over there and get some pussy. And we talked about that too. And oh
Right.
yeah, I
Hey,
wanted to address
I've
something.
been saying that. I'm like, yo, you can't even, just like Queen just said. I'm like, yo, if you can't even supposedly colonize and conquer your own damn block, what makes you think you about to conquer an entirely different demographic over in some foreign country? And most of y'all don't even speak the language. That's number one. Number two, you telling me that these women overseas are supposed to be so submissive and they respect masculinity so much. So how you think you're just gonna be able to get at all these women without having to first go through their men?
That's right. And the same
You
thing
know what
is
I'm
in
saying? Like that.
politics.
And you telling me these women have that much respect for masculinity, but there ain't no men you got to go through.
But you see,
You
it
know what?
goes to
And
show
that's the
that
same thing with going to Mexico. You should when you go to Mexico, because the motherfuckers will kill you over there.
mm,
Same thing. That's
damn.
anywhere. And a lot of
Nah, I'm like,
motherfuckers
hey, the only
don't.
women you gonna be able to get at without having to go through these men are the ones that are for sale by these men.
That's right. And they'll rob
You know what I'm
your ass.
saying? The ones that got a price tag on them. Let's just
And let
keep
me
it
tell
real.
you, right?
Facts.
If they want an easy lick, they'll rob your ass if they think you soft.
Yeah. In facts. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. I'm
they
like,
do
they
be
got the
getting
real
robbed.
gangsters. Now, Coffee said some real shit. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all can keep watching TV and think y'all are the gangsters because that's the way they show black men on TV. The motherfuckers over there know who the real gangsters are. They know most of you motherfuckers can't fight. When you come over there, they know you ain't bring your heaters with you because you couldn't have got them on the plane anyway. Okay, you ain't got no click and ain't nobody coming to get you. They the real gangsters. Okay, so ain't nobody scared of you dancing ass motherfuckers. Okay, they
Not
know that.
dancing.
I'm just being real. They know. Hey, most of y'all don't know how to do y'all can't throw a proper punch, but y'all know the latest dance move.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Nothing
they
like
know that.
that.
So that's
A
what I'm
lot
saying.
of
These
them know how to
motherfuckers, the real
survive.
gangsters, ain't scared of y'all.
A lot of them don't know how to survive, Auntie. Just period. They don't have survival
Facts.
skills. Because that boy turned around and looked like a fool asking for $100, and his audience wouldn't even send it to him.
Well, they want a pasty wonderfulness, and that's why we got just Pearly over here finna put our niggas on the plantation. So do you put like a collar on the porch monkey, or like how do
No, I
you?
mean, I'll give just Pearly that much. She didn't say she wanted to put our people on the plantation. She wanted to get her slaves from Africa, straight from the source.
Oh, well, she did
She
say her
she she she,
Africans.
she, she like, damn that. I don't want the labor in America is too damn expensive. I don't want it. I want
Damn.
some of that free
Yeah.
cheap labor the way my ancestors did it. I want to get it straight from Africa. I mean, that's what she said, right? Pretty much.
That,
That's what I
that's
mean.
that's
Basically,
Come
what she
on.
said.
Last night
they
I was
more
looking at this
qualified. They
girl.
more industrious.
Yeah.
They
You know what
work
I'm saying?
harder for cheaper.
No, I mean, bro, but come on. I mean, I don't know why it surprises people when they hear a white person pretty much just refer to them as you know what I'm saying, to black folks as property, because believe it or not, that's probably what the boss that signs your checks think of your ass too.
Facts.
Man,
Ain't
I was
nothing.
looking at her
I'm
last
just
night.
saying, I got the same attitude toward his ass as well. Fuck you, pay me. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
looking at her,
And
Fuck
as
man.
soon as
you,
I
too.
can dip, I'm gone.
You know what? I was looking at her on some pictures last night, and I was like, damn, she just looked like a chick from the fucking Brady Bunch. I mean, not as
All you gotta do is
beautiful.
paint her
I was
green, and
like,
she'll
man,
be Fiona.
I ain't even gonna disrespect them white chicks from the Brady Bunch like that.
No, no, yeah, I know, right? That Jan was beautiful.
I called Doctor, you know what I'm saying? What Six the Goddess call her just pasty. I called her Rapunzel. You know what I'm saying? Rapunzel. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what,
Whatever.
though, Auntie?
Just
I
Yeti.
just call her Fiona because if you paint her green, she'll look like she belong to street. That's all I'm saying. Hmm.
I ain't gonna get mad because we've been talking about this kind of shit, letting anybody in your spaces
That
to
part.
that what I'm saying. It is what it is. But it's just a few motherfuckers, a few of them that just gonna fucking let them up, and that's for views and clicks. She started off on Lapeef. She started out hanging out at Anton, then she made her way around, and that's how they get in through different folks.
Yeah, but these are the sinister, nefarious, dirty, nasty. She came in through Riff Raff. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah,
she
man, it's
followed a
crazy.
formula. I'm not gonna get on her case about following the formula. I will get on the case of these dudes for bigging her up and all of that other stuff. I mean, look, I know DERELL wasn't really on it before, same way I wasn't really on it before, and I don't know what DERELL's reasonings were. I was like, I ain't giving this chick no shine. She got 1 million subs. She ain't giving me or anybody else in this space no shine. So why the hell should I give her anything?
Well,
Let
listen,
her
Right.
earn
you get
everything. You know what
fine
I'm
off
saying?
talking about her, but
Um,
you have to talk about her in the right way. You get what I'm
I
saying?
wasn't talking, but I'm like, since everybody else is tagging, I mean, damn, you just gonna put food on the table and me eat. So we'll be talking about
Right.
her later on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody want to really talk. It's an algorithm of its
I'm
own
gonna
now.
just get on y'all panels to talk about her because I cannot. I refuse. I will
Yeah,
not put Just
I'm
Pearly in the title of
I'm cool
none.
with it, but I'm not gonna sit here and have conversations about slavery, redlining, black folks' history, or even solutions. Not because this chick told me to. I would rather have that conversation with Coffee, DERELL, or any other dudes, black women, whatever. I'd rather have that conversation because it's a necessary conversation that needs to be had, not
It
just because
is.
of something
It
that
is.
just Pearly said.
Right.
It
Right.
is
You know?
from a
Exactly.
different level
And
because
that's what
probably,
pissed me off when I saw
yeah,
I done heard Fantastic, Edward, I done heard all of these dudes start having these conversations and yelling at each other,
Crying.
arguing with each other, and
Man,
all of
man,
this
man,
other
did
stuff.
y'all hear? Edward Anderson was losing his fucking mind last. I'm like, this nigga just
man, that
cried. This got to
Trill
be the
King
biggest
cry.
cry.
I was like, whoa.
Oh my god. I'm
I'm just
like,
like, this is the conversation we should have been having instead of just talking
facts.
about black women's weave. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? Reason why I wasn't so heavy on even worrying about it because for one, I checked out of the Black Manosphere a year ago. It just wasn't what it really stood for. Now I roll with some brothers that are still in it. I go to other panels where they're having decent conversation, but not no stupid ass debates. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
they don't know how to debate. It always turns to an argument, a jab, low blows. And it's stupid. But it's always that one that's gonna get off cold. That's gonna say, oh man, you know, she's telling this. Okay, man, but listen, you 40, 50 years old, and you should know how to, as a man, to just have a woman follow your lead, or you
Right.
be able to make the right decisions. Because trust me, I'm looking at this chick, man. She have learned talking points of KS. She's learned talking points of Obsidian, all these
Facts.
brothers that let her up on. And now guess what? She has taken all of that as a fucking deacon who had stuck
Uh,
his hand in the collection plate and ran with it, and now she running her own church.
Hey, but Coffee, I say it like this though. What if me, you, D Darrell Queen, what if we decide to go over to the Middle East and start talking to those people about what we believe is the issue between Palestinians and Israelis? You think they're gonna give a damn about what we gotta say, or you think they're gonna kick us in our ass and tell us to mind our business? And I go from both sides of them.
Yeah, that's right. I
Facts.
think
That's
kick you
exactly
in your
what's
ass
gonna
and say,
happen.
get out of here.
They're gonna be like, man, whatever issue they like, you need to handle your issues in the United States. Okay, don't worry about what we doing over here. That's likely they ain't gonna let us say nothing about the
No, that's
the Israelis are wrong for this or the Palestinians are wrong for that. No, they ain't gonna let us do that. Maybe we should go over to Asia and talk about what's going on between the Chinese and the Japanese, or the
what I
Chinese and the
say.
Koreans and everything. No, they gonna kick us in our ass and tell us to mind our damn business.
That's true, but I just say this, and see, I think that a lot of brothers start to become aware, and she was like, "Let me back off," and she went to London. But they say she went to London so that she could, play soccer. But she went right over there and picked up some African simps, and some chicks that wanted to be on TV, because they say sooner or later she's gonna end up getting a TV show. It's easier to become a star there than here, but
I mean, I wouldn't.
Wow.
I mean, everybody pretty much eats up American culture anyway, and that's what she got. I mean, she's following an American culture, strategy, like the entire playbook. You know what I'm saying? She just brought it over there. I personally don't think if she would have done what she did in the United States, I don't think she would have blown up as big. I think it started from her
I
being in the
agree.
UK. She just
Yeah.
would have been another. There could have been just a better looking, more just more charismatic white chick that did exactly what you did from the United States. It just works for you over there. You know,
You're
it just
right.
really works. And then you got a studio full of black people. I mean, I don't mind the business strategy. The business strategy is just fine. I just don't see why we put so much emphasis on any of her damn opinions.
Facts.
It
Facts.
don't make
Well,
no
God.
sense. She 27 years old. She ain't got no husband. She ain't got no children. So the whole thing is she gonna get black women together don't make no damn sense. She ain't got enough life experience. It's weird.
Very
Just
weird.
like they just
So.
fascinated with her pasty ass skin, and that's the mental health issue.
Well, guys, I got to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm
Yo,
taking a
D
couple of
Darrell,
breaks.
dog. Thanks for having me up, dog. Appreciate it, man.
All
Slide through
right.
later. Well, I think I'm gonna do something tonight. I got it scheduled, but it's unlisted, so I
Oh,
gotta
I'm looking. I'm looking
see if they
forward to
want to
seeing
come
the
through.
after show. So I'm definitely gonna be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
All
All
right.
right, bro. Nah,
Yeah, man,
they're
All
gonna
right.
break it down from the beginning. But peace, D Darrell.
All
Appreciate your
right, player.
coffee,
yeah.
Appreciate
Queen.
for
Keep
coming
They the
it,
on.
man.
and team.
But
All
look,
right,
thank you
guys.
for having me up too, brother. But let's say this. I just want to say this last little part. We've been talking about this for a while, Darrell, and it's not a surprise, that this is happening, because the thing is, we've said, hey man, the easiest way to ruin your show is to have people that come and distract the show, and they start to give into that, like back in the day, a lot of people didn't want women in the space. You know, it's okay to have women in space, but guess what? Have the ones that's contributing to the space, you know. So I guess they called her submissive and they let her in and they got food. And like Queen said, it was more of a let's get black women together, you know, type thing. It was a
Right.
let's get black women together type thing. She knew the language, but where is she getting together? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And uh, Queen is talking the right way about her, or not even talking about it, but commenting about it, But you got the other women out there, they too worried about, oh, well, you wanted a white bitch, so that's what you deserve. It ain't got nothing to do with that. We don't even care about black men dating white women. It's just more so of you supposed to be a strong group of men and you let somebody come in and now she's the fucking queen of the manosphere. They probably get
Yo,
me.
that shit crazy. How they just gonna name that lady the queen of the
That's just what they say. I don't believe it, but then again, you got brothers like Obsidian,
Them the ones that was saying it. I think it was who said that? What's the man name? All of them weird looking, so I can't remember. But yeah, they said that. They said she was the queen of the manosphere.
Yeah. So
Well, look, man, I'm gonna get
I get
down. I had to come up. I said I wasn't
appreciate
doing
it.
panel this year, but I had to come up and because it was a good topic, and the brothers that was up here know about exactly went on, and how it happened. We was there, you know. Are you
Yeah, I
going back
appreciate
on
you for
another?
being here.
When you having another stream, DERELL?
Probably maybe Tuesday.
Oh, okay,
Probably a
okay.
couple of days. Yeah, because I got a lot of stuff. Like my Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are usually very busy, and my easiest days to do live streams is probably gonna be Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekends.
Oh, okay, okay. All
Yeah.
right, brother. Peace to you, and
All right.
thank you for having me up. All right, Queen.
All right. All right, Queen. Anything else, Queen?
What time the show start?
And it's 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern.
4 o'clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, 11. Okay, in 3 hours.
In 3 hours.
Okay, and it's
All
on
right.
Obsidian channel, right?
Yes, on Obsidian.
Okay,
All
I
right.
want to make sure I don't miss it. Thanks for having me up.
All right, Queen.
See you
All
later.
right, guys. All right. Bye bye. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna check out the live stream later on Obsidian. Y'all have a good day. Peace.